Hi.
Why I didn't fix my audio first, I don't know. I was just like, click the first one there. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Below the Land of Fire, where I have threatened my internet with pain of death to last this time. So, we're going to go around, we're going to say who we are and who we're playing, because we have a beautiful full cast with us this evening. I'm the Keeper of Arcane Lore, and over here we have Yutsai. Yutsai, how are you this evening?
Oh, I am good. It's getting colder, and I like it when it's colder.
Yeah.
I'm Yutsai. I'll be playing Parker Lee. Looking forward to finding mundane reasons why all this weird stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Missing submarine. Got lost. That's the most likely solution.
The most likely solution. That is what I would say about whatever it is that Nuggetosaurus says next. It's the most likely solution.
Hi. Not one of the worst transitions I've
No.
gotten, but I'll take it. Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I'm playing Bobby Mae Dean, a photojournalist from New York who has totally normal, mundane dreams that never freak me out ever.
That is wonderful. I'm so glad to hear it. Someone else who has super mundane and normal dreams would be my friend Snow. Larkloria, how are you this evening?
I am doing great. Definitely haven't been dreaming weird things because I don't sleep. And neither has Irina, because between the earthquakes, the spoons, and the snores, we're not doing great in terms of sleep. And that wonderful tea we had last time.
Yes, wonderful tea. Well, I have a delightful glass of yerba mate because I thought I should be incontinent in character with my tea. But someone who we technically didn't have for all the 2 minutes that we were able to stream last week was Prince, Dimples and Dice. How are you this week?
I am great. I am refreshed. I just came back from vacation. And so now the pain can be put on me by Call of Cthulhu, and I can go back to my normal and mundane life. I'm going to be playing Teddy Gilbert, former boxer turned bodyguard for our investigators, who is still scarred, but keeping it moving with the group. Hopefully not stressing too much about the fact that we're probably not going to find these people. We're probably dead. We're in a submarine. Who thinks getting in the submarine in the first place is probably a bad idea as a whole, but just like continuing on from there, we're just, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out is the name of the game and my GMing style. So, last time we played, which was 2 weeks too long ago, I'll do a little recap-a-roo. Our group had just arrived in Ushuaia. We're talking to Heather Slazowski. She was giving them the rundown with a beautiful illustrated whiteboard of timeline of events for them, so that they could hear what happened and that there had been indeed not just the sub going missing, but sabotage up along the way, which makes her think something else was at play, that she owed it to them to try to figure out what it was. Hence why you all got involved. You stayed the night. Some of y'all had a better night's sleep than others. There was a little earthquake and some, interesting dreams. They weren't bad dreams. They're just interesting. The next morning they had breakfast quite bright and early, as the group is wont to do. Late for Teddy, late for the early risers, and early for the late risers. Nice middling breakfast time. They went down and they met a few people at breakfast. Parker convinced producer and director Walter Thomas to get him access to the rooms of two of the people who had gone down in the submarine, Uriah and Wash. He said he'd have those for you later. Check in after he'd met up with Danny. She was out running some errands. They also met Jack Grimm, who is an interesting figure, and was also, of course, accompanied by the ever delightful... Oh, sorry. Doris. This is all askew. She's been thrown around a lot the past couple days in my room. Don't ask why. I was trying to clean. And they had a lovely conversation with Jack and Doris and had a lot of concerns. So they went to the pet store to pet kittens. But while they were in the pet store, because it had a bunch of parrots, because it's South America, Teddy went next door to the video store where he encountered a couple of German pilots, plain people, who were renting their copy of Das Boot for the day and some other, maybe a little bit more explicit films from the curtained off section of the video store. And he found out that, yeah, there actually have been quite a few boats going missing over the past 6 months or so. It's been a little while. And so after they all reconvened after going to the bookstore, they decided, let's go down to the beach. Maybe the corpses have washed up on shore of those 4 people or something. Or, you know, some type of clue, and they could go look at the boats on the docks and maybe talk to the dock master, etc. They did find a couple things on the shores of the beach. Pretty rocky beach here. Irina had found a couple of what looked like broken off bits of that snail shell, the interesting must be boiled at all times snail shell. And I believe it was Teddy. Yes, Teddy and Bobby May, I believe. Hard success. No, it was Parker who found the snail shell bits, and Bobby May and Teddy who saw something shiny glinting on the beach, and y'all were walking over to see what that was. And that is exactly where we left off last session.
Yeah, I'm gonna head on over to that shiny thing over there.
All right. You do so, and you notice that it appears to be a pair of glasses.
Oh, all right. Just like normal glasses? Can I pick them up?
Yeah, they've got like the plastic frames. You pick them up. The lenses appear to be shattered, but not like broken out. Like, you know, like when you hit a high pitch. Yeah.
Yeah, cracked.
It's that.
Mhm.
Lot cracked. Thank you. Lots of spider webbing of cracking on the lenses. They're very nice glasses. They appear to be a designer brand. They're very fancy. You can. These are probably several $100s. Plastic frames. But with a hard success, not only do you see the glasses, you notice that there's something scratched onto the lenses before they were cracked.
Before you say anything about this, Teddy just goes, well, it's nice to find something that's actually just mundane.
Right, just normal glasses, just totally fine.
Huh?
But do you see this? I think there's something written on these. Can you read that?
I had to go. Yeah, Teddy will look.
Yeah. You can tilt it at that angle. You know, the angle to have the cracks be harder to see, and you can see the scratches that were on there before. On one lens says HE, and the other lens LP.
Well, shit.
That's the strangest message in a bottle I've ever seen.
I mean, thick enough glasses, so might as well call them bottle.
Yeah. We've seen pictures of all of the crew.
You have.
Do we recognize these glasses?
Interestingly enough, you do not.
No. Okay.
Yes. The 4 that went down in the submarine, they look kind of similar to Brian Lovell's, but his look way cheaper. Like, he would not be able to afford these nice of a pair of glasses.
These ones. Okay.
Yeah. But they're definitely different than the Professor's. Professor's got, like, metal frames.
Okay. I have no idea how to find whoever sent this message, but I think it's probably smart if we hold on to these. What do you think, Teddy?
I mean, we may as well, but I don't know who we're helping or whose glasses these were.
Yeah, neither do I. They kind of look like one of those guys in the submarine, but not quite. Like, these are way too nice to be what those look like in the picture. So I'm just gonna here, and I'm gonna do like the glasses thing where you tuck it into like your collar, and they're just kind of sitting
when
here.
When you do that, you notice there's something else scratched into the inside.
Okay.
You know, like this portion right here. Yeah. It's named. It's just got 2 words scratched into it.
Mm-hmm.
Decked out.
Decked out?
Decked out.
Well, Teddy, I hate to be the bearer of strange news. It has more words scratched. Do you see that it says decked out?
Hard to see.
Decked out? Like,
you had a hard
I don't...
success, so.
Have we come across any? Is that like a company name that we might have came across or something like that?
Like a phrase we recognize?
No, you haven't come across anything like that.
Guess we have to ask around.
I suppose. And then I'll just tuck them into my shirt collar.
Nice and safe and sound.
I'm just glad you didn't put them on because. Never mind.
Well, now I kind of want to put them on.
No, don't do that.
Why shouldn't I put them on, Teddy?
Just don't. Just hear me out. I've carried you on my back while you were unconscious. Just trust me on this one.
All right. Okay, I won't put them on. Are these sunglasses or like normal glasses?
Normal glasses.
Normal. Okay. Yeah, I'll just hold on to them. I won't put them on right now.
Don't go looking through strange glasses. Just don't.
I mean, they're just glasses. They're not strange glass.
Yeah,
I mean, it's strange that there's stuff written on them.
They have help written on them. That's not strange to you?
Well, I mean, they're just regular glasses. It is a little strange that there is something scratched on them, but I would not call them strange glasses.
Does the changing of an object make something strange?
I mean, it depends on how it's changed. If you just write like graffiti on a wall, it doesn't make it a strange wall.
But what if the graffiti is of like a massacre, dead bodies and such?
I just find that more disturbing than strange.
What if the graffiti looks like a portal somewhere else?
Like a door?
Yeah, but like a door to something bad. Like it just gives you that feeling.
And I think about those eyes that I remember from my dream and the weird feelings. Yeah, I could see how that could be strange, I suppose. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. I get where you're coming from. I won't put them on right now.
Cool. Good. If you do decide to put them on and you see something strange, don't tell me about it.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
And the rest seems to be normal stuff that kind of gets washed up on the beach. The dock is probably... The docks, there's like a big section of the docks. It probably appears to be 80 feet that way. It's not that far. Your hotel's real close to the docks. You can see on one of the piers, there's 2 people with a television and a very long extension cable and a VHS player. They seem to be watching a movie. Teddy, you recognize them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think we were heading over there to ask about, what, boats or dead bodies? What were we asking about?
We're going to ask about boats. The boats that have been going missing in the area.
We could also ask about decked out, whatever that is. Maybe somebody might know.
Yeah, that's true. Where are Irina and Parker, like, as Teddy and I find this? Just kind of like along the beach?
Wherever they want to be. They're nearby, I'm sure. They're with you.
Okay.
Probably just nearby.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll like flag you guys over. Teddy and I found these weird glasses. They have writing on them. And I'll just like pull them out of my collar and like hand them over to you guys.
Take a look. them on to see if they're nearsighted or farsighted.
Immediately puts
I mean, that's
Just
what he
see
would
Teddy
do.
just
That
cringe.
was
Just,
fantastic.
It's like the best way to figure out like how bad their vision is, or if they're nearsighted, farsighted, that sort of thing.
It seems like this person was nearsighted.
Nearsighted. Ugh, heck. Ugh.
And it's a little hard to tell because of all the splinter cracks and the words scratched. Don't you see backwards? With them on help. But yeah, looks like they were nearsighted.
Mm. Decked out. What does that mean?
No idea.
And you just found them where?
Yeah, just right there on the beach.
Huh.
it's in the sand.
Yeah.
So either
Out of curiosity,
they got washed up.
now that
No
we're
idea.
looking at this, does it look anything like the other guys' glasses, like one of the submarine crews?
Mm-mm, it does not.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Hmm.
They all had sunglasses or metal frames. These are plastic.
I'm going
Wait
through
a
all the
second. Does that
pictures
look
looking
anything?
at those glasses.
What about that guy? The guy that we just passed by. The guy who you talked to for breakfast.
Oh, the chain smoker dude and coffee.
Oh, the
He wears
director?
plastic as well, doesn't he?
They're sunglasses though.
Not this. Who would wear these?
The film editor wears glasses.
Yeah, I don't recognize because like we've seen all of their pictures and these don't seem to match any of what they've got on. So either this was like a spare pair that somebody had and was just like, oh, I'm just gonna throw this one out, message in a bottle asking for help, or
Why would they be
Or-
asking for help?
I
Got
have no
broken
idea.
glasses.
Maybe they didn't have any paper.
What the hell do you have strong enough to scratch on glass like?
Jade, Diamond.
I mean,
Lots of
but
different
these
rocks.
regular glasses, right? It's like a plastic composite. You got a knife, that'd do the trick, wouldn't it?
Oh, a knife would do it.
Also,
Lots
these
of
are
things would do it.
definitely- These are definitely designer brand, not like
Mm-hmm.
no one.
Cheap.
It's learned to like pick these up off of like a kiosk. Someone got these specifically.
Someone paid pretty decent dollars for these.
Mm.
But yeah,
Well-
I think decked out is definitely the missing of clue that might clue us in on what's going on here.
Something to pay attention to, I agree. Yes, hi, Nugget. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, let's go over to the dock and ask about boats. Right? That's what we were doing.
Yep.
Huh?
'Cause I'm not going on a submarine.
Oh,
Problem.
Bobby
Yeah,
Man, you
no-
wanna
no,
you
thank you.
found them, so you wanna hang on to them? Or?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. And I'll just tuck them back into my shirt.
No problems.
Yeah.
Where do you go on the docks? There's a seaplane. There's multiple little boats. It's like a lot of the boats are out for the day, probably fishing. It's a big fishing village kind of community type thing here. But there are still a couple boats in that are here for like maintenance, that kind of thing. And there's also the dockmaster's house, which is like one of those little offices on one of the piers.
I guess the Dogmaster would be a good place to start because
yeah.
I imagine they know all the comings and goings of the boat harbor.
Alrighty. No problemo. You are able to get on up to the Dockmaster. You see there is a sign that says Dockmaster Hector Acosta. And it appears that there's a light on inside. The door is closed. Probably to keep the chilly air out.
Out. Okay, I will knock then, just on the front door.
You hear in Spanish, who is it?
Back in Spanish. Hi, my name's Bobby May Dean. I just had some questions about some missing boats that y'all have had recently.
Doesn't go with the lipstick. But this is his look. The door opens and you see an older, probably in his 50s or so. He could be a little younger, just very grizzled. But this guy's seen some weathering. He's got that kind of leathery skin, thin mustache. Hair is slicked back into a small but tight ponytail behind him. And he goes in Spanish. Yes, how can I help you?
Hi, like I said, I'm Bobby May. This is Parker and Irina and Teddy. We were just, asking around, doing some investigation about some folks who went missing, and we understood that some boats have been going missing for a while now, and we're just kind of curious about what was going on with that, if you had any ideas, or, what might have been seen, or anyone we could talk to.
I'm the dockmaster. I can answer probably some of your questions.
Oh,
Please
all right.
come in. It's a little crowded.
Thank you.
It's like a little space heater in the corner. It's nice and cozy in here. You see lots of nautical charts up, shift schedules, information about there's a lighthouse out on a small island right off the coast. So it appears to be like lighthouse info. Just a bunch of nautical stuff covering pretty much every surface. It seems that there's also a good amount of radio equipment in here, as one must have as the dockmaster sometimes. And he closes a book that was on his desk as y'all enter. And he goes, "Yes, any boat in particular going missing that you had an inquiry of? We've had a few over the past 6 months or so go missing."
Yeah, there was El Pescado Apostos. I think that one went missing, right?
Yes, the stinky fish.
Right,
that was
the stinky fish.
That was a Chilean vessel. It's not under my purview. Though the report was filed since one of the fishermen was brought back to this port. I believe he's still in town due to visa difficulties.
Right. No, understandable. Any idea, was there any evidence of foul play? Any, anything like that?
Well, I wasn't there myself. From what I heard is that perhaps their boat had run aground on something. I heard there was some hull damage and it sunk.
Hull damage. And where they were at, is that an area that ships typically run aground?
I don't believe so, though. If they got, I believe it was near the volcano, Fuenguino. So perhaps if they got too close, there could have been some underwater rock that was jutting up. We don't typically go out that way. It's technically on the Chilean side of things.
Makes sense. All right. Teddy, any questions? Anything you can think of? And then in English, I'll relay all of that to Parker and Irina. And if you guys have any questions.
Thank you. There's no song I can nod in my head. Thank you. Kind of pretending I understand what's going
sorry.
on.
I'll translate more frequently.
Thank you.
And Teddy just goes, "So do you lose a lot of ships to them sinking?"
Not usually. There's been an influx in the past 6 months, but I think that is due to the unusual weather we've had this past summer. More storms, so probably an increase in people getting too comfortable, not doing their due diligence and checking the weather. A couple have gone missing, a few have drifted back in with serious damage, and no members on board.
So the one that ran aground, hull damage.
Most likely, yeah.
Is it all the way underwater?
As far from what I heard, yes. The Germans just kind of leans and looks out the window. puffs on his pipe and shakes his head, and then you just see the two old guys like bundled up watching again the TV on their little pier.
Wave at them and go, Das Boot! Doesn't matter if they don't hear
Yeah.
me.
From the distance, they actually probably don't. And they're like, yes, they watch it every day. Don't get the appeal. They apparently were there at the time of the incident, and they filed a formal report with me, as did Mr. Walter Thomas and Mateo.
All right. Does decked out mean anything to you?
Yes, that it would be one of the names of the ships that went missing, I believe, a few months ago, 2 months ago. And you see he goes, opens a drawer, closes it, opens it again, pulls out some books with like log, basically like ship logs of it when ships come in and dock, when ships leave. And you see he'll grab a highlighter and just highlight a few names for you. Yes, decked out. Went sailing. It was a pleasure yacht. Went sailing 2 months ago and did not return. Either
Did
they
anyone
went
come
to
back?
Different port, or they failed to report in. We contacted the other ports. No one had heard from them. Though they could have just not checked in.
Seems unlikely that they will.
Right. Do you recognize these glasses? And I'll pull them out and like show the glasses.
He's going to make a check. He's going to make a check. Check.
And I will point out that it says help on the glasses.
That is disturbing.
Yeah, I literally just found them on the beach like 5 minutes ago.
Really? That's good to know. Yes, I believe this is what the owner of Decked Out was wearing. Let's see, I have the name here as a Blake Johnson.
Blake Johnson, all right.
Yes, he was the registered owner. I believe some people would have called him a party animal.
Right, okay. Pleasure yacht, designer glasses, that seems to fit. And then Parker here had a question. He was just wondering if there was anyone notable on board, like anyone, I don't know, like famous or that might have been recognized, anything like that. Essentially anyone in my opinion, or your opinion rather, that might have had someone out to get them, like any reason for the ship to go missing.
I did not know Mr. Johnson particularly well, but everyone always seemed to have a good time with him. He was a foreigner, and he mostly hung out with other foreigners.
Right. Makes sense. Okay.
When did the deck go missing?
About 2 months ago.
About 2 months
2
ago,
months
looks
ago.
like February 16th.
This has been going on for a while.
Does that date mean anything to us?
Nah.
Ring any bells? No. Okay. All right. I don't think I have any other questions. Nothing that I can think of.
What about like, is there some way we can get like a map? And this is real nerdy, but like cross-reference the ships that went missing and where they were going, and maybe we can like triangulate a search area.
That's
or
fair.
like a
Like,
danger zone.
yeah, do ships have like flight logs?
There are some ship's logs here. I've highlighted the missing ones, or the ones that at least have not reported back in. And you see that there are several names highlighted. The Decked Out is one of them. You also see the Dock and Roll. You see Water Wonderland. You see What Are You Talking About? And the Chum Guzzler have gone missing.
I'm just if the Dockmaster will allow me, I'm just gonna snap a picture of all of these names and all this info here.
Eddie is cackling reading these names. Just absolutely. He
Parker's
is
also
not
having a
mature
good
enough
time.
for this.
Wait, so these are all foreigner ships based on the naming conventions?
So based on the naming conventions, a couple of them appear to be in Spanish, but that's just their translations. I just give me the chance to name boats, and I will name boats. That's a me thing.
Okay.
A lot of them do appear to be from not local, though. A lot of the ones that have gone missing appear to be more non-local ships.
Were any local?
Yes, the Chum Guzzler was a
Was
local
local.
fishing vessel.
Okay.
Yes, and it's interesting because that seems to be the Chum Guzzler and the Water Wonderland appeared to be fishing vessels, while the rest appeared to be different types of just personal boats, sailboats, yachts, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
I mean, if it's a foreigner thing, it might point to like some kind of like knowledge they're missing that the locals like know to stay away from a certain area. Is there like any kind of like basing? Do I if I appraise this?
I would love
if
for
it's
you
my
to give
appraise.
me an appraisal check on these books.
I'm looking for a pattern. I'm looking for like dates or.
Please do.
Yes.
A success. All right. Looking at these books, you realize one thing, Parker. Your appraise skill. Specifically, your appraise skill. These books do not appear... You know how, like, you might use a different pen over time, and it would run low on ink, and you'd get a new pen, or older ink has faded a little bit. All of these entries appear to be different. And by different, I mean that they're not that different. It appears to be that they were all used not as long ago as they seem to indicate, and that the pen ink is not as old as you might think, and it only seems to run out nearer the end. You think these books might be cooked a little bit. You also notice 3 other names that says they were in, but there is no that they came back to port, but there is no signature of the people sign out and sign back in. The signature on the sign back in appears to be a little off, and those 3 boats would be Hull of a Party, Peer Pressure, and the Aquaholic.
So party boats, basically. Also, while all this has been going on, speaking of the writing, I was trying to look at first the radio
Yes.
equipment and the nautical charts, and also while Parker's looking, I'm looking at the handwriting or just things like that. Does that remind me of those notes?
Those notes, no.
Those, get the heck out kind of ones?
The handwriting does not match those notes. I will give you that one without a check.
Yes. What about anything else, like with the boats going out, going in? Is there anything from just having a look at everything around us and the radio equipment?
Since you're looking at the radio equipment, we're gonna make some separate rolls for this. So the radio equipment, I would like you to either make me a electronics radio check or just an electronics check. Electronic repair would also be doable, because if you know how to fix the thing, you know how to use it. So an electronics check for the radio, then we'll go from there. Yeah, Parker, you think these books are doctored up to make it look like less boats have gone missing than they are, and the details might have been fudged a bit. Ooh, that is a success with electrical repair.
Surprise! I am only good at mechanical.
Same.
So, you are looking at the radios. It's like one of those like stacked systems, so you can have a bunch of different signals going on at once. Typical, you see certain bandwidths are just like, there's like the emergency bandwidth is on one. The next one is like your general docking communique transmission band. You see there's one for the seaplane specifically, probably because it's the only seaplane in the area. You also notice a couple on the bottom that are turned on but aren't transmitting anything at the moment. Those appear to be a bit newer. The other ones look like they've been here for decades. It's like radio equipment doesn't phase out all that quickly. The ones on the bottom appear to be a little newer and smaller and seem to be tuned into a very specific bandwidth rather than like a general channel. It's like tuned into a specific frequency.
Can I write those down?
Yes, you can.
Because this entire time, Bobby and them, right, Bobby May and like
They're
they've been
talking.
talking.
Yeah.
So
They're
while
being a
they're
distraction.
being
Yes.
I'll write these down so I can maybe tune into these later.
Wonderful.
Mick, would you mind translating for me?
Yeah.
Because I can't speak
Sure.
Spanish.
Yeah, no, of course. I will translate for Parker.
Yes. Good,
Wonderful.
good sir. Thank you for your time. I myself work in service. I work as a pawn owner. You know, I buy and I sell. I assess people's value. And I have to say, you're trying to get a deal here. But I can tell you what you're passing us is not authentic. Now, I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm saying you might just be concerned. And you're doing your best to push that concern and protect the people you care about. But we're not looking for you. We're looking for the people who've gone missing. And if you could share with us something a little more truthful, that would be very helpful. I'm trying to charm him by creating an emotional connection that I think he is saying to us, but I think he's doing it because of good reasons, or he's trying to protect like the tourism industry and such and such. People going missing is bad for business, so I'm kind of playing that angle as a businessman. He's probably lying for a good reason or his own interest.
Bobby May, do you translate that exactly?
Yeah, I would essentially like, because I feel like Bobby's pretty smart. I feel like she'd pick up pretty quickly what Parker's trying to do. Can I assist in some? Can I just like
your translation
add a little bit
is
of
assisting, and you can schmooze it a little. So I will have you give me a charm check with a plus 10%, which means you get we'll treat your score as 10 higher. So, which your score would have been 85. Hard success.
Ooh.
And you see a few different emotions, just very briefly. It's hard to tell, again, very leathery face, but there's a couple twitches on the face as you say all that. Bobby May, translate for Parker. He will say, I find it quite offensive that you think that books aren't accurate, but what exactly is it that you wish to know?
I will translate that for Parker.
And I'll take.
And he does appear to have tensed up a little bit more.
I'll take time to explain people what I noticed about the ledger, the books, and how, based on what you said, so some signatures have been forged, and some boats have been added to the missing, or haven't been
reported.
Haven't been reported.
Fake signed back in, and some it's like some are just the standard missing, and then some have been fake signed back in, and all this appears to have been done within a smaller amount of time, not like the actual like 6 months of the log. It doesn't look like this has been a logbook that's in use for 6 months.
I'm just asking full picture. We need to know which boats haven't come back.
Yeah, and Bobby will add to that as she translates, and she's like, look, we honestly, missing boats, it happens. It's the ocean. We just really more so care about the submarine that went missing. If there's a possibility that they're alive and we can find them and help them, that's what we're trying to get to. That's why we're here.
Look, that submarine has been gone for days now. They haven't resurfaced by now. They're not coming back.
No, you never know.
And he closes the book.
Which I already took pictures of.
You mentioned the submarine, right?
I did mention the submarine. Okay. Can I do like a insight, or no, I guess it'd be psychology?
A psychology check. You most certainly may.
Like, I want to see, is it more so he's like covering his own butt, or is he covering like a bigger secret, if that makes sense?
Sure. Give me that psychology check.
Okay, here we go. Fuck, that's a failure.
Ooh.
You have 3 options. You can accept the failure, you can push the roll, which would mean you need a 35 or more, or you could spend 10 luck.
He's already mad. He's already mad.
He's already mad.
My next, I mean, we could try threatening him, but if he's not going to play nice, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think I want to push it.
You can push it, yeah. The only thing is, if you push it, the results of your check will be worse than if you fail than if they were originally. Which with the psychology check might mean you get a slightly off reading, or you just don't get anything because it's not a huge risky roll.
And Bobby's a little unbalanced right now anyway, so I feel like she'd risk it a little bit more. So yeah, we'll push
for
it.
the biscuit. Push it.
Oh,
you got your hard
27.
success.
Hell yeah!
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, you push your psychology check. Okay, you get a few things off of reading this guy and like thinking about his behavior this entire time. At first, he seemed when you first came in, kind of normal, kind of humdrum. When you were translating for Parker the first time, about like, hey, you realize like maybe this isn't the whole picture. And he said he was offended. He didn't look as offended as if he looked nervous, as if he had been found out. And with his current responses, you get the feeling that, yeah, he's definitely hiding something. And it probably has something to do with the missing boats, but it's not just about the missing boats.
Not just about the missing boats. Okay. Do I get the feeling that when I've been translating back for Parker and Irina that he understands English?
Yes.
He does. Okay, shit. I imagine I'm sitting like or standing
but he's
like kind of close
definitely
to
pretending
Parker.
like he doesn't.
Like he doesn't, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine I'm standing like right next to Parker as I'm like translating for him. I'm just gonna kind of like subtly just kind of like nudge him, just to, I don't know how. I mean, we've known each other for like what, a week or so now. I feel
about
like
a week now.
Yeah. I feel like I could convey like a kind of like a not everything's right here kind of nudge.
You like step on my foot. It's like, ow.
Right? Yeah, just like a light stomp kind of thing.
Honestly, you should just give up looking up for that submarine. Again, they're all dead by now. Best you can hope for is for some of it to wash ashore.
Rat, like these glasses that washed ashore from that other ship that went missing.
Which he hasn't given back, by the way.
I didn't give them to him.
You didn't, like...
I would have just showed them to him.
Oh, just showed him? Okay. In that case, then yes, you still have them.
Yeah. At least I don't think I said I gave them to him. I might have. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
What's the look on Teddy's face? Is he kind of like frightened, like ready for something, or?
I think Teddy is at this point looking like he's ready to just pin this dude, like, and just go to physical intimidation. And like you see like the knuckles crack and just kind of standing over, just waiting for y'all to do your piece. And I was like, if this doesn't, he's just looking like, if this don't change real quick, I'm gonna make it change.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm over this guy now.
Yeah, we always have Plan Teddy.
Plan Teddy.
Let's say I do, like, I get this, I get something weird is going on, and this is actually kind of like something for Parker that's like, well, maybe we should just, I don't know, like we have evidence that books have been cooked. We could get the authorities involved. And I is there a reaction to that?
Nope.
No.
Oh, when you say that Parker, or we could get me involved. I promise you, it'll be far less pleasant.
Did you say that in English or Spanish?
In Spanish.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what he said, but it sounds threatening.
He just looks at you and goes, "It was a threat."
Nice.
And Irina, you said you were also looking at the boat charts on the walls. Could you give me either a library use or a spot hidden? Well, all this talking's going on. You're just looking around the office.
Why don't you have spot hidden?
Spot hidden.
Damn it.
You have 3 options. I wouldn't recommend spending 18 luck, but you can if you want to.
I think
Or you
I'm
can
good on
push it.
spending 18 luck.
Or you can accept it.
Can you remind me how pushing it works again?
You have to get a hard success, or the
Uh-huh.
consequences are even worse. In which case, spot hidden, either you don't see a thing coming at you, but you're looking in a pretty safe office. At the moment, a safe office, I will say, looking at Teddy.
I think because a lot of it is Spanish, what I'll do is I'll probably just be journaling in the background since I don't see anything now. Maybe I'll come back to me later.
Okay. Sure. That sounds good.
Yeah, not really noticing the tension. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. You're in your own little observational world. It's fine.
Could you remind me, is credit rating the skill used if I like want to bribe someone
It is.
or attempt to bribe someone?
It is.
I mean, it's another angle. I don't know what this guy wants to see. If I can put that down, this would be a lot easier. But
He wants to get his ass whooped. That's what he wants.
saying that in Spanish.
Yeah, no, that's English.
Okay. Perhaps I came off a bit too harsh. Maybe this will help clear the air a bit, and I'm going to pull out my wallet, and I'm going to see if I can bribe him.
He just holds out his
No.
hand when you pull out your wallet. Yeah.
Hmm.
If that's all, I believe we're
Well,
finished
Griffith
here.
needs to want money, but he's high.
Did I get the feeling that so he's more nervous that he's been found out, not necessarily offended.
Yeah.
Do I get
There was
the
like a moment of
feeling that-
nervousness. Yeah.
Right. Do I
Like,
get the
shit.
feeling that like he knows why they went missing, or is it
Oh,
more
yeah.
so just he knows why? Okay.
He seems to
Okay.
know. He's hiding a lot, and you get the feeling that those things could be why they went missing, when exactly they went missing, where they went missing. And
Hey, I have
he
a
doesn't seem
question.
to want anyone to look into it. That's the thing. That's what you're getting.
Okay. Around here, also on the side note, while just kind of
Yes.
looking around here and
Mhm.
his equipment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way, I don't know, like, discreetly tap into a mic or something?
So,
See what
The
it's
mic
like when they're away?
would be on his desk, which is kind of like to the side and back behind where he's you have to come right through that conversation.
Okay,
wanted
never
to-
mind.
Get the
Is there anything in the room that could have been taken, like salvage from a ship that went missing? Something that definitely doesn't belong here.
So the room in itself is actually pretty tidy. It's like a 10 by 10 shed. Like, it's not a huge thing. It's got his desk. There's like filing cabinets on the back wall. Again, lots of charts covering everything. Windows facing each direction. And his desk covers like that whole like other wall with like the radio equipment on it. There's like a bucket in the corner with looks to be like fishing poles, fishing nets, like random kind of supplies. There's a coil of rope and a life preserver by the door. Give me a spot hidden. Extreme success.
Ooh.
You notice, as a paperweight on his desk, kind of like on like the backside. There's like a bunch of clutter on the backside, like the not important stuff. You notice one of those green soapstone stars.
Is it a Death Star?
A green soapstone star.
Looks a lot like the one you guys,
Heather has.
that you guys looked at.
So what is a death one?
Might be time for Plan Teddy.
In English, Bobby will say, well, all right, y'all. He understands English and he's hiding something. I'm guessing he knows why and where these people went missing. So Teddy, if you want to take it away, I will not stop you.
Cool.
Huh?
Teddy just walks over to this dude, older. I imagine he's smaller than me.
Yeah, you're a big guy. He is smaller than you.
And I just pick him up.
Okay.
Like,
It's heavier than he appears.
It's fine.
Just letting you know.
And I go, we're going to do this the easy way or the hard way. The hard way is I have a company that's probably going to bail me out of whatever I get into at this point. Because we're really trying to figure out what the fuck happened on that submarine. You seem to know more than you're letting on. So we could hurt you until you get that, which is not my preferred method. As someone who's been hurt multiple times, so much that I have some minor bang damage, I prefer to not put someone else in that position. But if need be, I will, because they pay me enough to make me do that.
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh, right. Intimidation. Surprisingly not good at this.
That's a hard success, though.
So, with a hard
Fantastic.
success, you will get something. It may not be the thing you want, but you will get something.
It's fine.
He is eerily calm through your intimidation.
Ooh, that tells me a lot, actually.
And he says, the first thing he says, of interest. Interesting company that could bail someone out of death. But whatever you do to me would be nothing compared to what would happen if I tell you anything more than I already have.
Fear. That's the driving motivator.
Yep.
And Bobby May, you had a good success on that push roll. It seems like fear, but it's almost a weird kind of reverence as he says that.
Okay. Am I getting like I don't want to say like
tickling your brain.
cult, but like
Oh, weird.
the weird strange. So a weird tickle in my brain, and he has like a reverence for whatever he's afraid of, right?
Yeah,
Is what you said.
weird. You could say almost fanatical.
Fanatical.
Calm, fanatical. Like he isn't
had
worried
an idea
about.
that's what it was.
He's not worried
Okay.
about whatever you guys do to him.
We can do. Okay, I picked that
he
up.
is not going to tell you what you
Yeah,
want to know.
and
He's
so
told
I
you
picked
all
that
he
up.
can.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like reach out and just like very gently, just on Teddy's arm, just kind of like be like, I think it's time we leave.
I know.
Let's
Before
go.
we go, is there anything that we need from you?
Can I have that into the stone thingy?
Yes, you can have it.
I don't want to steal.
No, it's not stealing now.
They wash up on shore all the time. You can have it.
Thanks.
And you notice the dot pattern when you have it closer is a little bit different than the one you guys have it.
Funky. Put it away in the endless bag.
Irina, are you
I
ready
just love Irina's
to go?
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like,
Teddy's still holding this guy up, but he's giving him like a glare,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
he
more
seems
like
to have a weird respect for you at this point because you succeeded your intimidation check, but it's not outweighed by his reverence.
I
and fear
understand.
for the other thing.
Yeah.
But he definitely-
and I think
Is exactly
that bothers Teddy in a way that's probably irrational. Like, he's slightly bothered by this. Like, there's something scarier than me. That's actually kind of disquieting. Like,
No.
I'd like to give like a kind of like how Bobby May nudged I like give her a look and glance up at her hovering host to kind of say like watch reaction. And Parker's just going to do what he does at every garage sale and start rummaging around this. And he's kind of looking, but he's mostly seeing like maybe if they can like get a response out of him that might indicate something he's close to something that he doesn't want them to find. And if he doesn't see anything, then he does want to actually take the copy of the forged logbook.
One of the bottom drawers of the desk appears to be locked.
It's locked. Do you know where the key is? I say to our host. Silence. How would I break open this lock?
It's not a heavy-duty lock. You could try to either pick it with something, or I mean, there's some tools around. You could probably try to knock it, like hammer a screwdriver into it and try to bust it up that way or something.
So still staring at this spectacle, like, whoa. I'll just kind of like absentmindedly pull out my equipment and hand it to him. There's screwdrivers, there's little tiny picks. Not for usually for lock picking per se, but they're mostly for piano and instrument and other.
Picking.
Yep. So she just like pass it over and she's like, "Which one do you think will happen? Will Teddy drop him or will his shirt rip first? I never even thought you could hold someone up for that long."
You seen Teddy's arms? He can hold them up some more if he really wants to. I'm actually not great at this like fine fingling. Thinking, give me a hander.
I can try. I don't usually do locks.
Can't you just like
try.
hit your tuning fork and vibrate the lock out of the way? Is that how it works? Or...
What am I, a superhero from? I can help give it a go, but I don't have particularly locksmith.
Bobby May does indeed have a little bit of locksmithing.
I do. I can give it a shot.
Bobby May, with Irina's tools and help, you'll get a +10 to this.
Okay. This is a very slim chance, but there's a chance, so I will roll.
Out of a 30, that is a hard success. You are able to.
We are
you are
killing it right now, y'all.
I'm so glad for you.
Come back to bite us.
I'm so glad you guys are rolling so well. You're learning so much. You open the lock. His eyebrow raises. That's as much of the responses you get from him from that. Okay. And inside of the box, there appears to be little small radio-looking things. Big.
One or two, like a set or?
Oh, several.
Are they?
Like a dozen or so?
Do they look like they're tuned into the frequency that he has there?
Yes,
the specific ones?
They appear to be just transmitters. They're not receivers, just transmitters.
Wait, so they hear things and send it to other places?
They transmit a signal. They don't receive signal.
Oh, like tracking?
So they send something out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get something back.
But like
you
a
notice
tracker.
that one of that two of the ones that are tuned into the two very specific frequencies that are there, right?
Aw.
They're turned off at the moment, but you can see like where the little dials indicate.
So would it be a fair assumption to or just to see that these are basically trackers? Like, you know, like milk carton trackers? Similar to that?
Similar to trackers, they do, if you had a way to narrow down to where a radio signal was coming from, that would do it. This just transmits a radio signal. It doesn't transmit, you'd have to turn it on to really see what exactly it's transmitting.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking our friend here might be part of planting crew, just make sure that one of these gets on the vessel, and then
Mhm.
perhaps
Grab
other
one,
folks.
and I'm gonna click it on one of the transmitters.
I'm so glad.
Uh-oh.
So you
This is
click
gonna
it
be
on,
real bad.
and I need. Well, let's just hear what it sounds like first. You hear, it's high pitched. It's on
I
a
don't
just a
think
loop,
everything here.
very
I don't know all that
quiet.
through the mic.
And Bobby May,
Yes.
I've heard this rhythm sounds weirdly familiar to you. Remember when you had that dream? I believe it was Bobby May, and you heard like that background
Yeah.
music, but you couldn't quite put your finger on what it was. This is it.
Sure did. Sure did. Okay.
And I need you to make me a sanity check.
Shit balls.
God damn it.
That's a failure.
Oh.
Cool.
A
Not
bad
a lot.
failure.
It's just one sanity.
Okay, I can
Just
take that.
one.
I can,
It's a
I can
little
take
baby
that.
thing. To everyone
baby.
else, this signal is just very unsettling. Deeply unsettling. You get like, as soon as it goes off, like goosebumps. Everyone gets
Can I-
goosebumps. Your hair stands on end a little bit, and
I sit this guy down
Ooh.
and I go, what the fuck is this?
radio transmitter.
This is something ain't right about this. So I ask you again, what the fuck is this?
It's just what it looks like. Radio transmitter.
You are really getting on my last goddamn nerve.
Does he also seem unsettled? Or is
Uh,
it like just
So, remember that reverence he had earlier? That like almost excitement? Yeah, he looks almost excited.
Excited.
But if you look at his skin, he does have the goosebumps too, but he looks more excited than unsettled.
Interesting. Can I want to pick up another one, and if I click it on, because I'm a glutton for punishment, is it the same signal?
It is the same signal, and when you have both of them on at the same time, there's like a weird resonance that goes on between the two of them, and I need everyone to make me a sanity check.
But-
Except
Sorry,
Bobby.
guys.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Ah.
Okay,
Yeah.
while making the sanity check,
Uh-huh.
can I try to discern exactly what these tones are that make this weird and unsettling? Like
Yes.
tritones, for example. Like, why is this?
Make me your
Weird.
sanity check first.
Yes, I'm
Green
looking
success.
for it
Depending
right
on
now.
what happens. You're good, Bobby May. You've already heard this. Arena, with your extreme success, everyone, no one loses sanity here. But it is doubly unsettling. Like, at first it was just the goosebumps and like the hair on the back of your neck. Now it's like in your stomach as well. And weirdly enough, it's like two discordant yet harmonious pitches going on at the same time.
Can
Irina,
we turn this off? Like,
Bobby hasn't. She's literally just holding both of them, like crouched down in front of this drawer with them both in her hands.
Irina, I need you to make me your music check
Sure thing.
to try to isolate and narrow down.
Barely, thank God.
Yes. If you pull out your tuning fork, you notice there's also frequencies that are resonating that aren't within human hearing range.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like quickly like scribble down the notes that I can
Yeah.
detect.
And it's just the same.
and I'd like
Almost
to
like
move-
chittering, huh?
Almost. Almost. It definitely doesn't sound like speech, if that makes sense. But it doesn't sound like any instrument you've ever heard of. So, but yeah, you're able to make like this is a blah 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 sharp. This is blah 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 flat. No, this is definitely in a minor key if you had to like put it in like a musical arrangement. But But yeah, you're able to.
Is
You
there
are
a
able to
piano at
get an
our- at our-
approximation. It's as close as you can get within a quick amount of time, having just heard this once. Bobby May, how long do you leave that on?
I would move to turn them off.
I was gonna say
Teddy has
Bobby's
already
gonna-
said it. Like,
She won't leave them on until someone like physically takes them from her.
Okay.
oh God. Oh,
Click.
Teddy has already dropped the first. Bobby May, what are you doing?
I know this.
Okay, good. Then you can turn it off and you can come back to it later.
No, I don't. I know. I don't know.
That's a lot of knows and don't knows happening at the same time.
Maybe a conversation we can have somewhere else.
Yes, when this is off and not making my brain want to go boom, boom.
Bobby's just like kind of hyper focused on these sounds, and like I said, she won't turn them off. Like you guys will
Teddy,
have to
Teddy just like,
physically take them.
done, off.
All right.
How many of these transmitters are there?
I'm gonna keep
Like a
this.
10.
dozen or 10?
Yeah, like 10.
This is just a really random thought.
Yes.
The frequency of that sort of stuff, how, like, would it transmit through water really well?
Oh, you would imagine. Well, you know, water is an excellent carrier of sound. Sound transmits really well through water.
That's a good.
And this would definitely transmit.
Oh yeah.
Can I have like a if I was to I just look at those transmitters and I'm just like, I have an idea, guys.
I have an idea, but y'all not gonna like it because I'm about to start breaking shit.
Can we
I
discuss ideas
grab-
before we do them next time?
I grab one. I'm taking one of the transmitters
Okay.
because
Here.
the sound is coming from the transmitter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I take one.
Each transmitter seems to have the same sound. Except for when you
I
turn
don't
them
turn
both
it
at the
on.
same time. They just then they
Yeah.
sound
No,
different. It's
absolutely
weird.
not.
Yeah.
I
Every
don't
other
All
turn
at
it on.
once if you want.
Oh, I would love
Nope,
to, but I don't think my
absolutely not.
party would let me.
Absolutely not. All right, look, Teddy is literally like about to start pulling cables and just
No,
tearing this shit
no.
apart.
I just one to my chest.
You can keep that one and you keep it to yourself. You don't turn it on while you're around me. The rest of the
Alright.
shit is gone. I don't know what the creepy shit you're into, but this ain't happening no more.
Parker still has the soapstone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Irina, any way we can like track these down, where they're, what's sending them this?
Satan.
Not here, I'd find out.
Hmm.
So, like-
Irina, you said earlier that there was like a frequency coming from Doris. Does this match at all?
How about we go back to the hotel and have a chat with not with this guy around.
Sure.
I take the forged logbook.
Have a good one.
Okay.
I tear apart the rest of these transmitters.
Stop.
I keep my one very safe with
Uh-huh.
me.
I'm
Okay.
already over this. We were absolutely not having this situation.
I approached to look, I'm really sorry. Normally we're not like this, but there's kind of a thing going on and you're being real sketchy.
Sketchy ain't even the right word for it. You're being culty.
Yeah. Are you a part of a cult? You want to give us a cell or something? Or normally people have like pamphlets.
Sorry.
That is both me and Teddy laughing at that.
Are you in a cult?
Do.
Um,
Are you a cultist?
If so, where's your pamphlets?
You just, yeah, like, you're the worst cultist ever if you don't have pamphlets. And you just see the corners of his mouth raised for the first time. He's had very dour expressions the entire time. Corner of his mouth raised, he goes, well, I wouldn't call it a cult.
See, that's the kind of shit a cultist would say. It's exactly what a cultist would say.
To be fair, we did also think DJ Yukamama was a cultist as well. So
Well, DJ Yokomama had a cult of her own. So
a cult following.
listen, that's a cult.
Yeah.
I agree with Irina. Perhaps we have this conversation somewhere else.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And you leave the Dockmaster's office?
Yep.
I do whisper to T. You destroyed all the electronics in there, right?
All that I could see.
Maybe we stick nearby and see if we go somewhere. He just had an incident, an altercation. He might want to tell his bees about that, because there is something that is not quite a cult he's part of.
Watch him.
Is there like a cafe or somewhere nearby I could kind of like wait quietly?
There's, all sorts of cafes that face the water. And I do have to ask Teddy, you said all the electronics. Do you mean the very important electronics that make sure boats get in and out of harbor safely, or just the
No,
signal
I did not
transmitters?
destroy those. Just the
Okay.
signal transmitters.
Okay, I just had to ask.
No, it's worth asking. But he only destroyed the transmitter.
Because these are
Those are
things I
things.
just need to know as a GM, it's for no reason.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. And yes,
Uh-huh.
as you leave and and the door closes and you just hear a lock after you leave.
Fair. Valid response.
Yeah.
Man invited us into his home. We tore it up.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all picked up on it, but he is afraid of whatever he's hiding, and he is like obsessed with it.
So,
Devoted.
like
Here's the
a
motivator.
so almost a religious fervor.
Oh yeah, I'd say so. That's a pretty accurate, like, worship fanatically type of vibe.
Well, I do have the frequencies he's tuned into. Maybe we could listen to what he's doing.
That sound that happened, both of those transmitters came up. Did anybody else feel that? Was I the only one who felt like I might throw up?
No, it
My
was deeply
skin was
unpleasant. Yes.
crawling.
I didn't feel like I was gonna throw up, did I? I just recognized it.
You didn't get
Did
the
it
throw
unsettle
up
me?
feeling. You did get unsettled, but your sense
Okay.
of recognition kind of dampened that a bit.
Okay.
But it
I
wasn't
didn't think it was
settling.
that bad. I mean,
Freddie
granted,
gives you a real weird look when you say that.
it's definitely a strange sound, but I didn't have that visceral reaction to it.
Well,
kind of
I
like-
don't like, so please don't turn it on around me.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking, what would happen if we put it in the water?
I mean, do we got like a tub back at the hotel? Or
I mean, we got the ocean right there.
That's what I was thinking.
do you want to chuck it into the ocean?
I don't want. No, I'm not chucking this thing anywhere.
Hey, I have a question, actually, keeper of arcane
Yes.
lore lady.
That is what I am here for. Questions. Many questions.
Now that I'm thinking about this sound, right, and I've
Mhm.
heard this sound,
Mhm.
did this sound kind of carry through it all? Like, or was there the barest hint of the particular, for example, the frequency or the beats in the earthquake last night?
No. It did not have the same kind of. It could be reminiscent of, but it's
Like a
definitely not the
resonance.
same. Yeah.
Does it sound like when the two are together, then?
They might be connected. Again, the earthquake wasn't very long, so it was hard, and it was last night, so it was hard to say. But
Let's start recording the nights here.
you might, yeah. If you had like a sample, you could directly compare. It'd be easier to tell. But there was something oddly reminiscent. You can't put your finger on it. Like you can't go, oh yeah, it's this part. But there's just something slightly reminiscent of it, if that makes sense.
You know, Bobby May, you might be onto something. The earthquake we had last night was similar. Not the same, but almost like an echo?
It's still wild to me that there was an earthquake last night. I did not feel it at all.
How the hell did you sleep through it?
I had a great night. Well, I slept really well.
You know what?
So-
Never mind. Mm-mm.
There's a
So do we what do we want to do first? I can start tapping in and trying to see if we can listen to what he's saying, or maybe
That's
test
a
this
good
out at the
idea.
beach.
You know where I think we might be able to do that. I open up the logbook. These 4 signatures. So anyone who comes asking, these boats are technically here, which means the boats actually might be here, just the people on them aren't. So we might want to check that out. Though, now that I think about it, the weird frequency of water might not be a bad bet either. I'd like to. I'm going to stay over here where.
My thought with that, though, is I don't know a lot about electronics, but I know typically they do not mix with water. Is this waterproof?
We can put in a plastic bag.
Okay. I don't want to damage it. It is
electrical repair to determine waterproofness.
It's the only one left.
I'm sorry, what about waterproofness?
Can I check to see if it's waterproof of electrical repair?
Yes, you could. Hard to
Looks
tell.
like a doohickey.
Yep. This is definitely custom. You know that much, but it's hard to tell exactly what it...
I'd have to open it up to see like the interiors, but that would just
You would.
effectively destroy it.
It's a thingamajig.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable putting it in water until I can be sure that it's not going to destroy it, because it is literally the only one that we've seen left. So I don't
Ariana,
want to lose it.
Do you think you could listen in from a pleasure yacht's radio system? Did you like rework that to
I
do what you need to?
might. I do need equipment, and that would be the start.
Well, let's go see if there's a few boats that need
Some
some
of those-
people to.
Boats are there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's do some rigging.
You're gonna look around the docks for those 3 missing, is missing boats. The hull of a party, peer pressure, and the aquaholic. Give me
Yes.
spot hidden checks to see if you can find boats.
Well, looking for boats. That's a failure for Bobby.
Dice has turned on us.
No.
Let's give
The
that a
99.
go.
I got a success at least. Yay!
Nice.
2.
Nice.
All right. Those 2 successes, you don't see any of those 3 boats there.
Okay.
But you do see one boat that does appear to have a more recent paint job.
That's what I was also. Or
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go buy a bottle of Coke, guys. I'll be right back.
What? Oh, can you get me one too?
Sure. I'm gonna go buy a bottle of Coke, or maybe 2 big bottles. Give him one party size one, and the other one I'm gonna splash
get
it
a
over the...
get a liter Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Sure.
Gonna come back and get that paint job down.
Now you do realize this is marine paint. You're gonna need more than Coca-Cola to get through that layer.
Yes, but this is a start. It'll start. I just need to have an imprint. That's all.
All right, so you go. She goes off to buy Coca-Cola. What do 3 of you do while you're waiting for Irina? Do you just wait, or do you go up to?
Did you tell us why you were buying it, or are we just gonna stand there waiting for the big reveal?
I mean, she just kind of thinks this is common knowledge. She's just gone off. You guys go.
Arena must be really thirsty.
Must
Honestly-
be really thirsty. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and Teddy is also like, I think there's something to this, but I don't know exactly what.
All right. Is there anybody on this boat?
No, there does not appear to be anyone on this boat. It is docked at the moment, but no one is aboard.
Are there people around who would see us like get on if we wanted to hop on board?
As I said earlier, the docks aren't super busy because there are some people who are working on some boats in dry dock, but that's on the other side These are kind of parked on the far side. Your closest, the people on the seaplane would see you because they're also they're on like the dry dock and the seaplane are on opposite sides, and this is parked closer to the seaplane. So 2 Germany guys would probably see you, but no one else is really looking your direction. See people walking down the road, but not, they're headed someplace. They got groceries. They're going about day-to-day stuff.
Bobby will hop up on the boat then.
This boat is called the Seduction.
Nice.
I can tell how much fun you're having naming these boats.
I love naming boats.
Lindy has the best boat names. Anytime there's a boat, you can imagine.
Yes, this is the Seduction. Paint job looks like it was done within the past 2-3 months, maybe 3 or 4 months.
Is this a sailboat?
It is a sailboat. Yes.
A sailboat. Okay. I would like to go below decks and rummage around.
You are more than welcome to go below decks and rummage around. The door is locked, as most people lock up their boats when they are not there.
Did I give Irina back her tools? I don't know.
I think she just ran off to grab her sodas. I think she'll come back armed with probably
Coke.
It
wouldn't take long.
And just in case, she's getting some just regular vinegar, just vinaigrette vinegar, and some baking soda.
That's also not going to take off
some
boat
chips.
paint.
We'll try everything.
I will attempt to lockpick the door with Irina's tools then.
I'll give you another +10 because you're using her tools.
Oh, sweet. Nope, that's a 100.
Critical failure. I'm sorry, Irina. Bobby May breaks one of your tools. One of your.
Damn it, Bobby May.
It just snaps.
It snaps off inside of the lock and is jammed.
All right. Well, then we're going to go with this.
I will
part way
back.
Teddy just kicks in
she's
the
like
door.
holding the. She's holding the. Oh, that works.
I'm gonna need a hard strength check to kick in the door, because boats are meant to be battened down the hatches and endure lots of battering. So
could I assist with that? Or is maybe there's not enough wriggle back, but
it's kind of like sailboats, kind of like that narrow kind of.
They're narrow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna say this is Teddy has to do.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, you need a hard success.
You need a 35. So you could spend 15 luck, or
absolutely not.
You could try to get an extreme success.
I have
the consequences
an idea.
will be worse. Yes.
I would just be like, can you try again? Just a moment. She'll actually apply it to like the hinges, kind of like sneak into the cracks, a little bit of baking powder.
They're gonna be like nice and shiny, but that's not gonna help kick the door.
And also I think I'm gonna see if I can. My pick is already broken, right? One of them.
Also,
she's gonna just
because
jam
it's
it
a sailboat. The hinges are on the other side because you
can
don't
you just try it from
want
the
to
crack?
have it.
Like, at all? Anything?
I don't know how many doors you've installed, but I have installed many.
Not installed.
I have. I know what you mean when you say.
Yeah, it's on the other side. So you have something that's really thin, don't you?
You're not gonna be able to get the hinge pin out from the opposite side of the door.
No. You're not gonna get the hinge pin. However.
And you'd only need an extreme out of a 70. Only like some bunkers. Math. You only need a 14.
Yeah, no, I don't. Nah, we're not gonna do that.
Okay.
What I'll do is there any?
Get all your successes earlier. No, it's time.
Is there like a fire extinguisher?
Is there a fire extinguisher?
I get something to help me before I go back at this. I'm not going back at this door with another kick because I don't want to break my leg or something.
You might twist your ankle. I mean, wouldn't probably a leg break. You may just it's twisted or something. You know?
See,
what's
that's
an
still
HP
not
or
good.
two? You know. Not a fire extinguisher will probably be below deck. You don't see one on deck.
Parker would like.
I have a crowbar in my backpack. Just let me double check my stuff real quick. I don't know if I did a crowbar. I don't think I
Could I
did.
look for like some kind of like bludgeoning or kind of tool on the dock maybe that we could just grab and use?
This dock is pretty clean. But you do see the next pier over. What looks to be like the credits of Das Boot rolling, and a bunch of mechanics tools over there because they've got like a panel off on the seaplane. Looks like they're doing some stuff to it.
I know I have a thing that can help me with this, but I don't want to use it. And that's a gun. And I don't think using a gun is necessarily a good idea here.
You could, but
We could shoot the ship.
I also have a Swiss Army knife and a machete. So
I'm gonna try to like Teddy. Maybe I can get us some tools so we don't have to brute force it with a leg and potentially get you hurt.
yeah, that's probably the best.
All right, I'm gonna
Teddy
hop
looks
off.
really sad that he was not strong enough to kick this door.
You would have been so badass. I'm gonna
Bullets are
hop off
tough.
and I'm gonna see if I can find some, I don't know, maybe like a circular saw or some kind of axe or something that would make breaking the doors easier. Or honestly, so something to like cut out the lock or cut out the hinge.
I mean, I could go at it with the machete for a little while, but I'm gonna just dull my machete and jack up this
Parker,
door.
Yeah.
But before you go, can I see the soapstone? Can I see that?
Pull it out of my bag. Gonna make a funny noise or?
No. I just want to see if I can read it because we've got the Rosetta Stone essentially.
Do you
I
have
can
that
see the
list with
Germans,
you?
right?
Yeah, they're the next dock over, and they kind of like glance over y'all every once in a while, shrug, and then like
I'm a hop off the boat,
they're rewinding
and I'm
Das Boot right now.
and I'm gonna go talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, gentlemen, I got a question for you. I don't mean to interrupt you're watching, but y'all seemed nice before, and
We're rewinding right now. It's fine. Yeah.
Maybe you could help. Does this boat look familiar?
The seduction.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been docked there for a few weeks now. A couple months.
It was
maybe.
painted recently, yeah?
It looked like a new paint job when it came in, yeah. It's not, you can see there's not really many
When
barnacles.
it came in, it had a new paint job.
It sailed in probably about a couple months ago.
Was it? Did you see this boat before? When it had the old paint job?
No, I didn't see a seduction before it got a fresh paint. I assumed it sailed in new, with being a new ship or something.
But like, does it look like a boat that was here before?
He's going to make a check. Check. Old man German check. It's 58. Let me check his generic little sheet. Idea check. Barely. He barely makes it. Man's got ideas. He goes, I guess it looks similar. So we don't get tons of sailboats through
That's
the
why
area.
I figure.
Mostly fishing vessels. But there was one, let's see, was it 4 or 5, maybe 6 months ago? A while ago. It had a very similar, and he gestures to, like, a specific line that connects to somewhere. It had something like that, was the Aquaholic, I think. Yes, Aquaholic, I believe.
Okay.
It left, and then a couple months later, this one came in.
Got it. Thank you.
Need anything
Next
else?
time I see you, I owe you a beer.
I would love a beer. He says as he's definitely drinking a beer at the moment.
I figured.
It's got like a cooler next to the TV. And he just like opens a toolbox and sets his beer down very carefully. And then like gets like a wrench out and like keeps working on the defrag.
Oh. One more thing.
Yeah.
wouldn't happen to have a crowbar, would you?
Of course we have a crowbar. But, oh.
Borrow it?
You didn't get it from me, and he just like kicks a crowbar.
I absolutely did not. Oh, look at this cool crowbar I found.
I saw nothing.
Teddy takes it and walks back to the boat.
Uh-huh. With a crowbar, you only need a regular strength success to get this open.
Excellent.
It's amazing what leverage can do. Yes.
Indeed.
I think he comes back to like a Coke.
He's like pouring
one, just like
Coke on the
it's like,
ship.
why is this not working?
Oh, that's what you're trying to do. That's you need like turpentine.
I worked on cars and nails, but I guess this is different.
Yeah. Cars don't have to go through seawater. And also,
Yeah,
it needs
so
to, like,
you get
some
a nice
soak
sticky.
time. Yeah. It's just
Like
sticky
sticky.
there now.
Surface.
It's just a sticky boat.
Huzzah.
The seduction is very sticky now. It's your fault.
No.
What was it called? What did he say? It was aqua.
The alcoholic.
Aquaholic.
It's
So-
no seduction.
When Teddy comes back while he is, prying this door open, he asks Parker to see if the alcoholic is in this book.
No, yeah, that's one of the 4 signatures. Definitely, but the return was faked.
Huh? This one, according to the Germans over there, used to be called the alcohol.
Is that why Irina's like spritzing it with Coke outside?
Honestly, probably. I'm going to give her the benefit of doubt here. She looks really frustrated with the fact that it's not removed. But, gonna need a lot more than Coke.
Okay, I'm going to step upstairs before splinters go flying everywhere while you do this.
You're able to
Shouldn't go
get in with the
flying.
crowbar, and it takes a few points because you basically have to bend the hinges because the
you
block
gotta,
is broken.
and then you gotta.
And then you can through it. Yeah.
Hear a loud crash. Okay,
not
looks
pretty.
like Teddy got through.
Yeah.
And I've had to open a door this way. Fortunately, this happens being a landlord. So,
Bobby May, while Teddy was getting the tools, you said you had the fax papers with you to translate.
Yeah, I think I took them from Irina last time when we were trying to translate stuff, and I would have, if I did have them, I would have put them in like my camera bag
Okay.
because that's I always
It's a
bring
nice,
that.
safe place. Give me a library use check to try to figure out what symbols
Okay, library
this
use. I'm
means.
hard success.
Hard success. You are able to find it. It doesn't take you that long. By the time Teddy opens the door, you have found it. This one is labeled return.
Return. Okay. This one says return. Yeah, that's what this one says.
Oh, interesting.
The other one say.
The other one said death, I believe.
It was death.
Death, yeah.
Return, death.
Want some leftover Coke, Bob May?
Sure, I'll never say no to some soda.
Just pass her my like
Yeah.
almost empty pot.
And the door.
I'm sorry that didn't work.
It's alright.
You could
Got
hear
some
it in
Coke
her
out of it.
voice. She really wanted it to work too.
Yes. She was like, please. Out of curiosity, while we're kind of like listening to like the outside with the crunching and all that, and she's
Yeah, a
reading
lot of
that,
crunching.
she
Lot of
said
crunching.
return.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, does that thing emanate any weird noises?
No.
That thing does not. So the soapstone itself
Just
does
regular green soapstone.
You want to like
I'm-
ding it with your frequency thing? See if there's like a frequency.
not. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm just gonna.
Okay, give me a sanity check.
Excellent.
no.
I love going insane.
But only Irina has to make a sanity check. Another success.
Great.
All right.
Sweet.
Because you're holding the tuning fork, it gives off an interesting resonance. However, the resonance that you feel coming through your arm is not what you would usually expect. The sound is what you expect, but the reverberations feel more intense. And it feels like it goes through your entire being rather than just your arm like it usually does. And it just
Like the weird,
a little weird
sound as well.
Yeah, kind of, but weird. Less unsettling, more just that was weird. Because you made your sanity check.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not doing that again. That did not feel right.
I mean,
like
it
a-
sounded fine.
1 point of sanity.
Didn't feel fine.
Feel fine. Okay.
Yeah, and she just kind of like
Felt really intense.
takes a step back and just like, I'm gonna just go and think.
Okay. Are you going downstairs with Teddy and
The
Parker?
door's open.
Mm, the door's open. She's like, all right,
Yeah.
I should probably go set up.
All right.
Thank you.
You go
She
in,
goes
and
like,
it's a pretty typical, normal sailboat interior, with the addition of some cozy blankets are on one of the seats. Very warm, like wool blankets, probably alpaca wool.
Nice.
Um,
Got my little alpaca representing as well.
yes, it's very cute.
Stuff.
Yeah, you see all the typical setup. I mean, you don't steer a sailboat from underneath, but there is some radios, some radio equipment underneath. Looks like everything a regular sailboat would have.
Look to see if there's
Well,
anything weird.
Yes.
Give me spot hidden checks.
I may be staying above deck because
Okay.
no one else is up here with me now, right?
That is correct, just you.
I'll let you guys do your stuff first, and then I'm gonna do something.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Success.
Success and
For
success.
spotted.
Wonderful. Good job, you guys. You look through pretty thoroughly this sailboat, and it seems like a super normal, regular sailboat. Almost a little too much so. There's no personal effects on this sailboat. It is all, like, nothing with character. The mugs, there's like a little coffee pot. The mugs are plain white mugs. There's no, like, personality to anything here. The blankets are generic gray wool alpaca blankets. There's no pictures, there's no handwritten notes. There's pens and paper and sticky notes, but there's no personal touches, and that is what you notice as you go through this boat. You'd expect if this was someone's boat that they take out and go, that they read some, like, a bit of a mess here or there, or signs that this is, more used than it is. This is
like
weirdly impersonal.
when they set up one of them apartments in New York. Like furniture that nobody care about.
So like a model home, kind of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Me, it's
kind of
being
model home
fair to
vibes.
sell. Guys, we might just be walking in and like organized crime. People going missing, repossessing their boats, reselling them.
I mean, that seems like best case scenario right now.
Yeah,
And I mean, organized crime can make some people very scared to speak up for themselves.
What about reverent?
Not sure about that. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
personality.
Perhaps. And I
You see
think
that kind of power up close.
suppose. But whatever that potential person might be, it seems that one of our founders has personal interest.
Circus.
I don't think we're going to find much useful on here. No. if they weren't onto us when we talked to their colleague, Doc Master, are definitely onto us now. Us breaking in here. And they know we're probably gonna the slings to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, but Arena, radio set. Can you use that to triangulate or
All
electrical
right,
stuff?
let's give this a go or attempt.
Yeah.
Sure. You can
Do-
tune in your radio to the frequency that is on the transmitter.
There's several ones, right? There was like a.
Yeah, there was a few. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start trying.
I'm not even gonna make you make a check for this because you set all this up previously. It appears that there are no currently emitting frequencies, unless Bobby May's doing something above deck. Okay.
I'm not turning on the transmitter. I'm doing something, but I'm not doing that.
Oh, okay. Well, then yes, there are no currently emitting signals from these transmitters.
Okay. I think these are attached to the transmitter, which means we'll have to leave something here to record just in case something happens. Because we can't just be here the entire time, and this is someone's ship, maybe.
Now, anyone's radio. If you had a nice radio
A walkie.
yourself, you could tune in at the hotel if you wanted to. You could buy a radio. I'm just reminding you that there are stores.
We
wanted-
do have a unlimited budget.
You have a big budget.
I don't know about
It's unlimited to me.
unlimited.
I'm poor. To me, that's unlimited.
What do you think, Teddy? Irina? Let's just get out of here and
Get a-
sit up
get a
and
walkie-talkie.
wait.
Yeah, I don't know how much
Wait
more
for
we
the
can
clues to
talk.
come to us.
I mean,
That police if that guy tells them what we did to him.
yeah, I'm
No,
actually
I-
more expecting, getaway warning signs to be posted on our doors the next day, the same way as the cruise.
Maybe we should share rooms tonight, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Double lock it is.
All right. Bobby May's probably turned that fucking thing on again now that we left her alone. Let's go up and
Speaking
stop her
of
from walking into the sea.
Bobby May being left alone and walking into the sea, what are you doing, Bobby May, with your fear of water?
Yes. Okay, so I have this transmitter that I'm
You
not
do?
turning on,
You do. That's
Right.
correct. Sure.
and
You
I
do
have
whatever you want
I
with
have
it.
this strange soapstone.
You do.
I just want to kind of sit on the boat, just like find like a
Mhm.
seat somewhere. I'm gonna close my eyes, and I've heard that song, quote
Mhm.
unquote,
Yeah.
in my dreams.
You did. That's interesting.
But I don't remember my dreams.
You did. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
So I want to focus on that song and see if I can
Oh,
remember
without
some
the
of my
transmitter going.
dreams. Without the transmitter going.
I need you to
yes,
make me a
yeah.
power check.
Okay. Power. That's a hard success.
With a hard success. It's really hard to remember dreams. The longer you're awake, the fuzzier they seem to get. That's the funny thing about dreams. Is that you often forget them within minutes after waking. If not immediately upon waking. With the hard success, you're able to recall that rhythm with more clarity. Don't remember the context. You remember it was in the background of whatever was happening, but you can't quite put your finger on it. But yes, you remember that in your dream it was really fuzzy and you couldn't make it out. But now it's nice and clear.
Now it's nice and clear. Okay. And then just for player knowledge, that sound was going off when I was like having the dream about the lake house, right?
It was.
With my parents and trying to find my sister.
and your sister,
okay.
and she said it should have been you and all that
It
stuff.
should have been me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was going on in the background of that. Yes.
Okay. But now that
It's more of a back then. Now it's clear.
now it's clear as day. That is the sound that I heard in the dream that I
is-
can't remember.
Yes. Yes. if anything, you get water. Something about water.
Something about water. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's clear. You can recall that rhythm whenever you want now.
Whenever I want.
Whenever you want.
Awesome.
It's right there.
I think you guys come back to Bobby like fiddling with the dial. Like she's not turning it on, but she's like just like turning it like you know how like when you
Almost
turn
on.
a dial, you get to that point where like it either clicks or you let it go and it goes back like off position. Like she's just doing that repeatedly as you guys come back up. Just kind of like staring off.
Did we interrupt?
You good?
Huh? Oh, are you guys done? This is the wrong voice. Are y'all done? Y'all finished? I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine.
Sure.
Yeah, we should probably get out of here before people get nosier than us.
That's
You
fair.
see the mess we made
Mhm.
downstairs?
Did y'all find something down there?
That's what was it? What was the example you used, Teddy? It's a mimic cell.
Yeah, it's too normal. It's too
Robe clean of personality.
sterilized.
Oh, is it like when you stage a house, like when you're trying to sell it,
Yeah,
kind of thing?
yes, that's situation.
Like someone sold me like a laptop like clean. They have laptops,
Right.
right?
Not in 86.
Mm.
Cell
Like
phones
when
had
someone-
right now. Cell phones have a battery life of 25 minutes, and they are very,
And
very
they're
expensive.
this big,
and they're this
and
big.
console. Yeah.
Your
Like
computer
someone
monitor
tried to track
is.
out the serial number off a Rolex.
Yeah, we don't.
Mhm.
Just
yeah.
remove all personal traces.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then let's head on out. But what's our? Do we just want to go back to the hotel and formulate a new plan? Like, what are we doing?
I'd like to buy a new radio.
all right.
Just to tune in and see if anything happens. Preferably keep that away from us, cause doesn't do well for my mind.
That's fair.
What about you? I mean, it's nice to contemplate and look at the ocean.
Yeah. No. Like I said, I was just thinking. I've heard that sound before. Like I know it. I'm very familiar with it. But like I can't recall. I know it was in a dream that I heard it. I just can't recall the dream. So I was just trying to think about it, and nothing came to me. I just know I know that sound.
Did
Huh.
you hear it when you went to Spoons?
I don't think so. I don't remember listening to any music in Spoons.
What is spoons?
Spoons, Washington. It's where I was hunting down Bigfoot, but it just turned out it was just like, a big old
Cocaine bear.
hoax. Yeah, it was
okay.
the bear on cocaine.
That's not
Hmm.
weird at all.
Cocaine bear.
Yeah, it was totally normal.
Rabies.
Oh, if we go back though.
Huh?
Sorry, my headphones did something weird. If we head back to the hotel, maybe I can grab those keys to the some of the missing people's rooms,
Oh.
and yeah, maybe we'll find some more info. But yeah, first shopping
Radio.
trip, resupply.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like a plan.
maybe we get turpentine. Irina.
Sure, I mean, it would strip the paint. I believe that was probably the right thing, but maybe having picture of evidence would be good.
Yeah.
Should take a
Probably
picture of
send
the
a
boat.
fax. Yeah, probably should send a fax back anyway by now.
They did ask us to keep in touch every 24 hours, so.
Yeah, it's around time.
I take a couple pictures of like the boat,
Mhm.
the name, all of that.
Yeah, no problems. And you're able to buy whatever supplies you want. The radio, turpentine, if you wish. Just let me know what you purchase, and I'll make note of it. And you head back to the hotel.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back these Germans their crowbar, and by get back
Dankeschön.
to them, I'm gonna kick it onto the street near the kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
drop it and kick.
It's like, okay. Oh. Ah, so that's fair. I've been looking everywhere for that. I must have misplaced
Yeah,
it.
you notice it. It was just
Just puts it back in the toolbox.
That's poop.
Just nods. You are able to get back to the hotel. Y'all are actually pretty hungry by now. It is definitely lunchtime.
Oh yeah, I didn't use muscle.
Yeah, you use muscle. But thankfully, the lunch area is hopping. The little buffet is out. It's empanadas for lunch today, it seems. Beef empanadas.
Before we get close to the hotel, I'm just gonna store that soapstone and the transmitter into my camera bag.
No
so
problem.
Nobody sees them.
Love it. Here for it. So you get back and the front desk says, yes, hello. I believe I have a fax for you.
Oh, all right. That'd be great.
Yes, and here is your new fax. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Came in a little while ago.
Oh,
all right.
If someone would like to
ignore
read that
that.
out loud.
I clicked that by accident.
I can read it. Investigators, we are writing to let you know that we have secured additional supplies and will be sending those ASAP via Dr. Bronwyn Hughes. She will also be joining you for the remainder of this case. Depending on flights, she should be arriving late tonight or early tomorrow. She will be given a quick briefing before leaving, and we expect y'all to bring her up to date on the current going-ons. Some of the items she will be bringing are for potential future use and have very specific instructions which must be followed in order for them to be effective. The red folder should be kept on your persons at all times, but should not be opened until the attached indicator activates. You will know when the indicator activates. Continue the good work and keep us updated on the situation at hand. Feel free to fax at any time. We will have this secure line open for you and monitored 24/7. Good luck. Acacia and Ash Lexington, co-founders of Wintercroft Investigations. Okay, so it's not just, one of them now. It's both of them. Okay, all right.
Also,
we're getting a
you
friend.
will know when the indicator activates.
Yeah.
Is that not strange? Like this is why we have reputation at this place about being weird.
It's very weird. It's very strange. I don't understand what instruments would be used that have to be used, per special instructions. So like maybe they're expensive and they don't want us to break them or something. Like this whole thing is very confusing.
This whole place, this situation is getting more and more weird by the minute. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I thought this was going to be, these people died in the submarine. That's all there is to it. Now we got crazy magnet tool things from out of the water. We found glasses with help scratched on them. We got boats that don't match their names. We got a dock master who's probably in a cult. I got Germans who watch the same movie over and over and over again, handing me crowbars.
We're discussing this in a busy luncheon area with a loud rock.
Yeah, like
conversation behind us.
The most indiscreet place to have these conversations is the most public ones.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ask the front desk if they have paper and pen to respond.
Of course.
Can we send a fax?
Yes.
Back?
And they'll hand you a fax form, basically, and a pen.
Okay.
It's a hotel villa.
I'll hand you my notes as well.
Oh, you're okay. I will type something up to you, Lindy, and I will let you know.
Thank you.
What exactly is said.
That is delightful. That brings me joy.
Parker would like to add a footnote for funsies.
Yeah, no, of course.
All right. Let me know what
I'll share what I write with. Yeah, I'll share with
put in the group chat.
everybody. What? Yeah, but let me just type it out first.
Sure, no problem. Thankfully, there's plenty of other things to do. The lunch area is pretty hopping. It seems a lot of people are hungry right now, and you don't see the director at the moment. He's probably off doing something. You also don't see Jack and Doris right now. You do see a lady who looks very stressed. You recognize her from the photos as Danny, the production assistant. She's got like a plate of food and she's just like eating it. She's got like the bags under her eyes. She looks like she's been doing a lot lately. You also notice from, again, Heather's notes, you see Dr. Renee Nelson and Mateo in the lunch area as far as people of interest.
I believe I see someone I need to talk to. But Teddy, I hear about like all the stuff going on. It's very stressful. May I suggest, and I slide the expensive parts of the menu closer toward him. We make full use of the generous budget that's given to us by our company. And
absolutely.
I'm going to go walk over and see if I can get a couple of keys.
Yes, so you go over to Danny, and she is like halfway through an empanada and what looks to be like some coffee, and she is a little zoned out, but she, yes, hello. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm Lee Parker. I believe.
Yes, you're the guy Walt brought on, the rookie.
Yes,
he said. Yes.
I get stuff done, and I feel like you can use a hand. And you look busy. If I can make your work a leader, that'd be great.
That would be amazing. Yes. Oh, here. No, I have the keys for you, and she hands you their keys, the little dangly-do key fobs. This one is for Mr. Wash's room, and this one is for Raya's room.
Great. And like the numbers.
It's on the key fob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Do you want me to just mark on desk when I'm done with them for safekeeping, or give them back to you when the next time I see you?
Just give them back to me when you see me next.
Of course.
Thanks.
And hey, is something? Are you seeming a little stressed? Is everything going okay?
Everything going wrong with production. I mean, Heather's learning video editing software, but it's a process. And I've just been having these really bad headaches.
Really bad headaches.
Yeah. I noticed them. I think it's probably maybe like the altitude or something. I didn't have them when we were in Buenos Aires, but I noticed I had them a little bit before, and they've just been getting worse the past few days.
Well, the stress of business probably aren't helping. Where's your boss? Where's Walter at?
Oh, Walt, I think he's having a meeting with Mr. Jack. Mr. Grimm.
Who is Jack again?
Jack Grimm.
There you are. And Chris.
Yeah.
Which means they're not in their rooms either.
Yeah. I just, headaches, not been sleeping well. Just can't seem to concentrate. Probably the sleep.
Caffeine's been helping. Honestly, I know you're busy, but if you sneak in, just like pack your soul there to make room for like a half an hour nap, you'll probably feel better.
I'll try.
I pulled enough all-nighters to know. But yes, thank you, and I will endeavor to make your plate a little lighter.
I appreciate that. Thank you. She just kind of looks at the empanada, like a little off-put, but keeps eating.
When I get back, when I order, I'm also going to send her like a nice glass of something that will hopefully help her relax.
Okay, that's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
Yep, that's easy enough.
Doesn't hurt to make people feel appreciated. But yes, flash the keys in front of everyone. A couple more places to check in when we're back at the hotel.
All right. Teddy's ordered champagne, steak.
Easy enough.
No.
Oh, I'll have whatever he's have. Ted's got good taste, I can tell.
Yeah, there's quite a spread. Empanadas seems to be the main thing on offer for lunch. But there's different types. You've got the beef. You've got there's fish. There's chicken. There's a veggie one. The beef seems to be the most popular and the most available by far.
Give me the meats.
Yep, you can eat as many empanadas as you want. There's many empanadas.
So are we cheating back to the hotel midday, or do we want to use the daylight hours for something else?
Maybe, and I hate to say this, but maybe we should think about securing ourselves a boat, try to figure out what the hell's going on.
I mean, we have a boat we know the current owner is around.
It's true.
I'm a little damaged and beat up, but I can live with that.
Is that legal? Just like putting
Breaking
down
into a boat?
No, just
Probably not.
breaking into one and then sailing it. Does anyone even know how to sail?
Is it legal for that boat to have been renamed, painted over, and people disappeared?
We do need to probably strip the paint first to prove that first, though, to have leverage. We did threaten a man.
They could have forged.
It's probably for the best that the paint isn't stripped in this case.
True.
Because then it doesn't look like we are the ones.
What would the skill be for sailing a boat?
It would be drive.
It would be bribery to find someone else to go sail a boat.
Who could we recruit? Let's get Doris. Doris looks like she knows her way around a steering wheel.
What about Fabio? Sorry, I'm not Fabio. He's gone too, isn't he?
Mateo.
Yeah, no, he is here. Yes,
He is. He's having lunch with Dr. Renee.
Yeah, she just like side glances. That guy. He knows how to sail, I think.
He's a fisherman. I should hope so, probably.
Arcane Master.
Yes.
What did the Dock Master say to us when Teddy was threatening him? What was his phrasing? He was like, "I'm more afraid of." He said something.
He said, I believe the words were. We can check the clip afterwards to get the specific. If you're doing in quotes, I believe it was, "Whatever you do to me will be nothing compared to what will happen if I say anything else."
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I would just essentially.
Or if I say more.
My
Yeah.
facts. I'm including his direct quote, essentially.
Mhm.
Sorry. Didn't mean to
Sure.
interrupt.
No. Please. Almost.
Well, Teddy, do you think should we just go with the stone boat plan, or do you want to get legitimate passage in a sense? I mean, it's right. I don't think it's really sailors, so that might be a bit difficult to get to where we're going if we drive anything.
Yeah, I think that potentially we talk to the right people, or people who are invested as we are. I don't know, might not be anybody, to help us out and maybe drive a potentially stolen. But I find in most of these situations, money solves much of your problems.
It's about finding what people want. What were you saying, Irina?
So just one of the members of the cast then, because they're interested in finding their missing members.
To drive a stolen boat, though? A bit of a push for some folks. In which case, then Ted, we might have to pay for passage on a ship or something.
That's
I'm
what I was
sorry.
getting at.
Why are we stealing and driving a boat?
Technically, it's not stolen. Technically.
It's stolen already, stolen again. Does it really matter? That's just borrowing
But people
at this
call it
point.
repossessing.
Well, if they're not the original owners, then it's stolen. We're borrowing. We plan to bring it back.
But why? So before we steal stolen boat, why don't we see if we can get a charter up to the volcano? Because I mean, that's where some people have gone missing.
With which
Well,
master?
That's where the people who went missing went before they went missing.
I'd like to see
Is
that.
it though?
Mateo's fishing boat did go missing right outside the volcano. The only reason he wasn't on that boat is because the crew contacted the boat for manual labor because they wanted to carry all their equipment up the volcano. And they're like, "Can you spare
That's
somebody?"
right.
I mean,
And they did take the seaplane to the volcano.
Yeah.
Volcanoes
So, I mean,
right
we
up
could
there
hire-
on deep places.
Yeah. Yeah, we could
can hire
hire
the
the
Germans.
seaplane. Yeah.
The Germans do seem like they'd be
We
down.
could.
Yeah,
I
we
think
could
they
Beer,
might
you
check
take
it out.
potentially
the
ride for
volcano.
anything.
Before we steal a stolen boat, I think we should probably check out the other places that the submarine crew went and see if we can find what they found or get some clues about what the hell is going on here, because something weird's happening. Whether it's mundane or more occult, like our investigative company seems to think. I think retracing their steps is probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of lining things up on the docket. Irina figures out if anything comes across those frequencies. Help myself to look into a couple of people's rooms. We plan, if we need to go to a third place water, how we could get there, either through renting or repossessing a stolen boat. But before that, let's go to the next big area where things have been missing, which is the volcano, where honestly, with the amount of luck we've been having, I give 2 to 8 odds that one of us gets thrown in by some cult or something. I don't know.
Well, sure. Yeah. I think that's a solid plan.
All right, works for me.
How late? It's like noon, right?
It's like 1 o'clock. It's
One?
like
Okay, so
lunch.
we should probably save the trip for tomorrow.
Yeah. You do remember Heather said it was most of a day trip because it takes a couple hours to
Right.
get out there. It takes like a full day by boat to get that out there, like 6 to 8 hours. But with the seaplane, they saved time. It was about 2 or so hours, 3.
Yeah. Okay.
And they want to bring our accomplice as well. I mean, new partner.
Yeah, she should be there in time if you left in the morning.
Dr.
We
Hughes.
just fully
Right.
leave
You mean the
before they
doctor.
get here.
Before
Oh, we
Dr.
gotta
Hughes
catch the
arrives,
midnight
yeah.
ride. Hurry.
So
Well,
it sounds
Doctor-
like y'all are gonna look
okay.
through the rooms first.
Yeah, y'all want to
Yes.
investigate people's
So-
personal lives?
Might as
Sure.
well.
Wonderful. Eat lunch. Lunch is great. You go upstairs. Whose room do you go into first? Do you go into Uriah's room is right across the hall from Tanner's room. So you recognize that, and Wash's room is a couple doors down.
Sorry, it was Wash and
Wash and-
who's other what?
Uriah.
Uriah.
Yep. The subpilot and the mechanic. Subpilot and diver. And the mechanic. Handyman.
I mean, they're both rooms. I kind of look, if no one on the hunter, I'm gonna like mix up the keys, pull one out, and go to that room. And
Okay. Let's
we'll just say
see.
it's the one randomly pulled out, unless I'm gonna do a random thing for it.
Oh yeah, no, if you're gonna random it, we're gonna random it.
Gotcha.
No. We'll do 1d 12, because those don't get enough love. We'll say odds are... Who do you want odds to be?
I will say odds is gonna be Uriah.
Odds is Uriah, even is Wash. You go to Wash's room first.
All right.
All
Put the key in the
right.
hole.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You put the key in the hole and you open it up, and you find some interesting things in this room. Give me a spot hidden check just to see what exactly you find in here.
Ooh, that was close.
That was close. Is anyone else looking around as well? Okay.
Sure.
Just curious, because different degrees of success might mean you find it.
I need all your special
I
eyes.
will lose brain spot hidden. There we go.
Spot hidden.
Hard success.
Nice.
I don't know why, but I feel like Irina's music expertise allows her to like feel the vibrations in the floorboards and like, set it in objects. It's not a
Echolocate
superpower,
the
but it just
rooms.
kind of like yeah.
All right.
So I'm actually part bat.
That's the fact. All right. So Bobby with a hard success and Parker with a regular success. Inside this room, those who succeed, or those who don't succeed, you find 3 Hawaiian shirts, a dirty pair of boxers on the floor. There's a wet pair of boxers on the shower rod in the bathroom. There's a half pack of Lucky Strikes, filterless. And those who succeeded on the spot hidden check, you will also find the additional things. You will find a worn paperback book. It appears to be a copy of 1984, and it has lots of annotations in it.
Ooh.
Notes in it. You also find, in that book, as if to keep it safe, a postcard from Monte Carlo. There is a, general flowing cursive script, general platitudes, like, hey, nice, been so long, blah, 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 blah. But the name appears to have been worn off of whoever signed. And with that hard success, Bobby May, you look in the sneaky spots that people put things that you don't want people to find. And you find a bottle of pills with 5 left. The information, though, on what it is scratched off, though.
Okay.
And you also find a very worn, photocopied manual for submarine operation, beta version 0.25, and it is the sub that appears to be the same model as the sub that went missing.
Okay.
Which
And
is
what
new
is
from
the-
MIT. So these files you would not be able to get. You shouldn't be able to get unless you are at MIT.
Right. And the pills, you said there's 5 left.
5
This is like a
left.
standard, like,
Little pill
pill-sized
bottle.
bottle. Do these look, I have been in the mafia.
Yes.
and I'm a photojournalist.
Yes.
Do I recognize can I identify what pills these are?
Give me a pharmacy check.
Pharmacy.
If you don't have
They're-
pharmacy, you have no idea. They're not Tylenol.
Okay,
They're not Advil. It's a pill in a shape with a line and a number on it. They don't appear to be
I don't
recreational
see-
drugs.
Okay, not recreational. Okay, yeah, I don't see pharmacy anywhere on my thing, so
Yeah, then
I have
you
no
know,
idea. I have
that
chemistry.
doctor that's coming in might be able to
might be able to.
to figure out
fair.
what those are. But right now,
Fair.
she said she was making a doctor. I'm like, you have no idea how cool that's
How
gonna be.
much we need that.
Like, that's a great choice.
I did find I found some pills that our friend seems to be, I don't know if he was hiding them or what. And then
Definitely
I
appear to
found
be
this. This is also hidden stashed photocopied manual of how to operate a submarine. So not quite sure if he really knew how to drive a submarine or if he was just faking it till he made it.
How long has the sub been missing?
The sub went missing on Friday. It is now Monday.
And his shorts are still wet?
Hmm?
And his shorts are still wet?
Oh,
Sorry.
Barely damp. It's like that, like, small room,
Okay.
high humidity
Okay.
kind of thing. It's
Okay.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
They would have been wet and like hung over. They're not still wet. No, that is a good catch. That was my bad. They were wet, like hung up. Barely damp now.
I'm not finding anything like overly malicious in here.
Could I see that manual?
Yeah, of course.
Pills are
Read-
these?
Flip through it.
You flip
My
through
guess is those are kind of pills to get you.
They
I guess we could just take
prescription.
one and see what happens.
They are prescription.
Well,
Be
What-
one
what's
to
it-
a lava snail.
Well, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just gonna have a look. Those are pills.
Yeah, your brother would
Pass it
probably
back to
know.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to send him a fax.
If any of you were taking these pills, I would tell you, but you aren't. So, at least not yet.
I'd like to
Now,
flip
any
through the
pills
manual.
try to be taken be like for fixing brain damage.
Funny you said that. What, Parker?
Parker takes fish oil because he hears it's healthy.
It is good. It is good. You know, cod liver oil, especially.
Parker starts flipping through the manual and he's looking for emergency processes or like if there's an emergency or ways to
That
like
is a good idea.
contact the sub. Yeah,
So
this is
you're
the manual,
looking-
right? That should have information.
Yeah, it is the manual. It's an early manual. It's one of the beta versions. So you're guessing some things have been updated, other things. It's the operational manual. It seems to be that there are procedures for if you are in a predicament, how to contact out, and like things you can do to, extend air supply, that kind of thing. But there isn't. It's a manual for submarine people, not a manual for how to find a submarine, if that makes sense.
The contact part, is there like a specific radio frequency they're supposed to use?
They're supposed to use the general emergency help frequency, which is what like the Coast Guard would be tuned into.
Well, if we're looking for this sucker, so
And there's
we
a
can't even have a
backup
manual to it.
power. There is apparently some backup power, a battery for the radio specifically, should power issues become a problem.
Does it have like a if there's a catastrophic failure, how long of air do they have before they?
According to the submarine manual,
Which could have been updated. if they've,
which
like,
could have been
improved or something.
updated a couple of days.
Okay. Well, there's a good chance they're still alive, even if some shit hit the fan.
Yeah, and you do recall Heather said they had to pick up extra oxygen tanks and something for oxygen scrubbers, so they probably extended the air supply a little bit in there.
All right. Some 3 pills. What's that book about? I remember hearing about it being like some kind of commentary on if we let like government get too big or something.
Yeah, it's criticism of all forms of government, really. When it gets to the extreme.
Yeah, submarine manual. It's nothing's too sinister though. I guess that doctor coming to visit us, coming to join the team, so they can maybe clue us in
Give that to
recommend
them.
pills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be real helpful when they join us. Hopefully tonight, but maybe tomorrow.
Mhm.
Got one more room to check if we think we're done in here.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not finding anything else.
Okay, you go back down the hall. It's on the same side of the hallway, just a couple doors down, to Uriah's room. Open that door up, and I would love more spot hidden checks to see what y'all find in there.
Regular success.
Or
Regular success.
successes. If I do spend 4 luck, though, I could get a hard success.
You could.
Who's Uriah? What was his
Uriah.
position?
He was the mechanic and general handyman. In the mission, the little intro video y'all saw, he was the person who was like, when asked what he was most excited about, was the paycheck and the money. Kind of looks like a bit of a punk rocker type.
Hmm. I don't know. What do you think is worth?
I'd say. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd save your luck.
Yeah. All right, just sticking with the regular success.
Okay. With a regular success, what y'all find is it's hard to not notice this. With a failure, would have noticed this. Lots of empty booze bottles and cigarette packs and cartons. All the booze bottles seem to be whiskey. He seems he had a preference for whiskey, but different types of whiskey. Lots of empty cigarette packs and cartons just scattered around the room on the bed. 3 to 4 Snickers bars. There's one change of underwear. And a St. DuPont cigarette lighter. You also notice an Eastern Orthodox Bible.
Oh. One of these things is not like the
In
other.
Russian.
Well, his name is Uriah.
Pick up the Bible, start flipping through it. Marks, anything hidden? There's not a gun in there, is there?
No, there are some marks in there. You don't read Russian.
I don't Russian.
I don't know, I'm pretty sure you don't know Russian. But there are some marks on some pages.
Is it like words circled? Is it like crossed out, highlights, underlines?
It's interesting. Looks like maybe some words have little ticks next to them. Some are underlined, some are circled.
Hmm.
Does it look like a code?
And it's not through the... It's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, I feel like, maybe it could be a code. Because it's not throughout the whole Bible, it's on very specific pages, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well, I mean, this is a Russian Bible. Could have been KGB.
It's a bit of a
That's
joke,
a conclusion to jump to.
Well, I'm
though.
just saying there's like...
KGB?
Well, I mean, one, it's Russian. Two, that like this appears to be a code. I mean, you can tell it's not on every
Can
single
you pass
page.
it
It's
to
only in
me?
Parker.
You know Russian?
Yeah.
I just kind of
Gonna hand
take it
it
and
over.
I'll just start reading it.
Yes, very specific things that have been highlighted in here. You think you need a codex to crack it.
Wait, you speak Russian?
Just like looks.
If you had the codex, you could crack this.
I do need a codex. Well, I can tell you what the words are. Just shrugs.
What kind of
And then-
codex? Like a book?
It's a key.
Yeah.
It's just to understand.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is a coded up page. You need to know how to crack it.
Mm-hmm.
Should I pull the submarine manual? I don't know, maybe.
Tries cross-reference them anything? No?
Nah, it doesn't seem to check out. It seems like a pretty standard
Okay.
just manual. I will say, since none of y'all got a hard success, you can
Oh,
search the
should've seen-
room until you would basically get a hard success. But it will take time, is the only thing. It'll take you to dinner time to search this room top to bottom.
Would
and
all
not
of
just
us
the
need to
cursory.
search it?
Two of you probably need to search it.
I would dedicate time for a hard success. I would volunteer
I think-
to keep searching. Plus, I'm supposed to
Bob-
be here searching anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby would too. Bobby's curious. Secret codes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Time goes by. And wouldn't you know it? You find a Russian spy codex.
Like the KGB.
Yeah, I think
Fucking called it.
My jaw actually drops. I'm like, Bobby, man, you might be onto something. And
Listen, I told you I was with the mafia for a while. I am a photojournalist. I have seen some stuff. Like, you'd be
That was an
surprised.
expression.
Yeah,
No.
I didn't actually think you were.
I am not a
Mafia.
member of the mafia. I was in the mafia for a story, and
So
it's
the mafia-
you were a
just-
member of the.
Never mind. Yeah, you did. Did you mention this? Maybe you mentioned this.
I did.
That's-
I did.
You
While,
did.
A
while
weird
we were
situation,
In Peru.
yeah.
Yeah, when we were in Peru.
Bobby May's a dangerous woman.
I'm really not.
I am traveling with very interesting characters.
I'm
She
really
just says
not.
she takes the
I'm not.
compendium.
I'm not.
Lindy,
Yes.
uncode me, please.
Make me a library use check, but because you have the Russian spy codex, you get a plus 10%.
Ooh, nice. So that's like what?
Hard
Against a
success.
60.
Ooh.
That's
Against a
against a 60
60.
technically.
Yes. Still not quite an extreme success, but it is a hard success.
Mhm.
With that hard success, you are able to decode that on these pages as indications of the names Tanner Huntington, and then his age. Professor Marvin Howells, MIT, his age. Washburn Keys, subdriver, age. And of course, Tanner would also have cameraman. Then you would see Uriah Pendergast, died 6 months ago. 27 years old. Punk rock guitarist.
Okay. Yeah, Irina just like her jaw does drop as she translates the last bit as she first reads the Russian, then she'll speak it in English.
I'm
And
actually
then she's
writing
just
it
like,
down as well.
Uh-huh.
So, like, Uriah was a Russian KGB spy
Or Raya did exist, just he got replaced
by a
By
KGB
whoever
spy.
is
by
now
a
you're
Russian spy, yes.
Why? Why would they care about a little old submarine going down to find some lost civilization?
What if Uriah isn't really Uriah?
Well, yeah, that's what we were saying.
Okay. Just catching up. Because this all seems like it's way too fucking much. Like we
It's a
need a
lot.
PI working on this. We came here to find some people who probably are dead in a submarine, and we have fallen down all kinds of a rabbit hole.
This rabbit
Or
hole
is that
looks
just me?
substantial to me.
Yeah, kind of. I'm still
Not just-
clinging to people as anchors though. Why is Uriah even here? Like, what does he want?
Exactly.
Yeah, why do they care about a little old submarine going down to find some ancient civilization? And what in the hell does that have to do with this dockmaster who's terrified of some reverent person?
It could be the Russians threatening him.
It could be afraid of the Russians. I mean, the Russian mafia is kind of terrifying.
Or hear me out, there actually is a different civilization. And whatever these people are, they have technology maybe that the Russians are interested in.
Scoffed at KGB, so I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to immediately scoff at this suggestion. In my case.
I mean, we have the signs of civilization, pottery shards.
Yeah, but shit falls in the ocean all the time. Like,
Right, and like, I mean, they dug up like. Has that happened yet? I don't know if that's happened yet. Never mind.
yeah. Like, Irina, I'm not trying to like say your theory's dumb, but like it's just a lot to like. I'm kind of with Teddy here, a lot to run around.
I think it's more likely that it's like they were saying a dead civilization as opposed to a live one under the water.
Maybe they have some sort of secrets that the Russians are interested in.
Maybe I don't know what.
Enough that they sent someone
Antarctic
here,
Atlantis.
killed the person, and took the cover, and specifically these people too. It's not the sub. It's not about the sub. It was about these specific people. Their
About the
names are in
people.
the code, right?
Yeah. Professor Marvin, Tanner, Washburn, and then Uriah, quote unquote, who died 6 months ago. Which, funnily enough, is when the dockmaster was saying that boats have been going missing for 6 months ago. I don't know. That's probably just coincidence, but. Because, like, we know that's fake. We know that's been doctored.
I think maybe we need to heat dinner because we've been fixated on this.
It is
from
about
Friday.
I
dinner
think
time.
so.
Yeah.
I think
And-
food, and I think maybe a fresh set of eyes. I think we should probably present this to Dr. Hughes whenever they come in and see if maybe they have any thoughts. Because
Yeah.
they're apparently
'cause-
supposed to have some resources for us as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to sound crazy to myself, so this.
Listen, I said KGB as a joke, and I was right. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Let's go get some food.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Dinner would be good.
Uh-huh.
You walk back downstairs, and there is some delightful. Tonight appears to be a roast lamb that is being served. Lots of vegetables with it, and some pastries as well. Yeah, that's what. And appears a lot of people are down there for dinner, since it is dinner time. Now I will say, dinner in Argentina is fairly late, so this is like Americanized dinner time because most of the locals will eat around 10 p.m. But it's probably about like 7 or 8 at this point. That's a little bit of an early dinner for some people, but you know, the Americans get hungry, so that's primarily who's staying in the hotel.
Fair.
Oh,
Is Jack Grimm and Doris anywhere?
Not that you can see.
Okay, good. That's fine.
you know, I was
You
thinking,
would see Danny, the director, Walt. You would also see Renee and Mateo. So, actually, no, you wouldn't see Mateo right now. You'd see Dr. Renee. You don't see Heather. Yeah, that's who you would see right now at dinner.
Okay.
Yeah. Those
Just to
four.
make sure, we did see Heather though during like breakfast and lunch.
You saw her at breakfast. You haven't seen her since.
I'm gonna just, out of paranoia, go check on her, and I'll be like, I know it's been a crazy day. I'm just gonna go check up on Heather before we come down to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also on the things. Just gonna go and try to find Heather just
No
to make
problem.
sure, because
You knock on her door.
Russian spy, dead man, you know.
Yeah. You knock on her door. You hear yes, hello?
Hey Heather, you
come
coming down for
in.
dinner?
Oh, is dinner time already? Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. Would you actually mind breaking me up a plate? I'm trying to get some of this edited. She's got some bags on her. As she was up late. And you see like footage on the monitor of her trying to get it on there so she could show you guys anything that might be relevant. Yeah, did you mind just bring me up a plate of whatever, or just having the hotel staff do it, like room service, and some more coffee. That'd be great.
When's the last time you slept?
Last night.
How much last night?
I don't know, just enough, a few hours.
Did you hear the earthquake?
I went to bed right after the earthquake.
Right. As much as I'd like to help you get the hotel staff, you should come have dinner with us. She just says as she feels like she's looks like she's dying inside a little bit. Like, I don't like you.
You know what? Sure, fine. Let me just save this. I would hate. Oh, that's.
Yeah. What's the old version of touch grass?
I don't know if they had that. But she will, after a moment, save the program. You see the screensaver pop on, and then she'll go out. She'll grab, a hoodie. It's definitely one of Tanner's. And go downstairs.
Just to make sure, Heather wasn't on the thing, was she?
No, she was not.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, and then I'll think as we're going down, we'll be like, so, all the different members of your crew, we looked through some of the things.
Uh-huh.
What were those two? Oriah and God, I'm so bad with names.
Wash? The
The-
Professor? Marvin?
No, your submarine guy.
Wash. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
Wash.
Yeah, what are they like?
So Uriah's kind of I feel like when he was in high school, which I'm sure was probably a while ago, he was the cool guy, because he's just got this these chill, doesn't give a damn kind of vibes. Very good at fixing things. He built a pressure cooker from scratch in an hour. It was pretty impressive. That was when they were trying to pop the snails. And he fixed up the boat, in that week we had to go to Buenos Aires. I mean, we got the last part for him, but he fixed everything else up in that time. So, really, really, smart. He noticed a lot of stuff. He's the one who found the backpack, actually, that we found at the lake with the other archaeological supplies in it, and the green soapstone star. He's the one who found that behind some bushes.
He's very
the lake.
observant, you'd say.
Yeah, he's very observant.
Did he ever talk about himself at all?
Not really much, no.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Just curious.
Wash talked a lot about just whatever. He was chill, but in a surfer dude bro kind of way, not in an actual cool guy, but also like a bum. I hate to say that, but he was kind of I kind of got the idea that maybe he didn't know what he was doing all the time. He was good at diving, though. There was an incident under the lake, and Tanner almost did like he wanted to dive deeper, and Wash like pulled him up to make sure that he was okay. So nice enough guy, you know, just a little ditzy, I don't know, a little airheaded maybe. Then he broke his ribs, and they took him to the doctor, and then he got painkillers, and he was very chill after he got the painkillers.
And just remind me real quick, when did you guys come here again?
Oh, we got here on the 30th. Checking my own timeline that I put in the directory. Yes, the 30th, March 30th. It was a Sunday. We started filming really on Monday. The 31st.
Okay, and you all met just around then as well.
Yeah, we all met on the 30th. That's like when everyone came in to Uspaya. Some of us had been here a little longer than others. Uriah and Wash were some of the last people to get here. Because, you know, I came down earlier with the film crew, and the professor came down with the sub because MIT. But those two showed up a little bit later. They got there at the hotel, and then they, you know, we had to get together, like the party, and we had the cast interviews, and then, you know, carried on from there.
Huh. Interesting. Thank you.
Mhm.
Anyway, let's just get you something to eat, girl.
I think Uriah said he got in a fight at the airport.
I wouldn't
cut-
be surprised.
I cut that from the... I think I cut that from... What? I don't even remember what I cut anymore. Anyways, yes, let's get food.
At the airport? Wow.
I wonder why. Couldn't be the lax air security.
But you see Irina come down with Heather, join you at the dinner table.
Yeah. And they were talking. Irina's like,
Oh, well, hi.
Hey, look who it
Joining
is.
us for dinner?
Yeah, I had lunch brought up to the room, so Irina said I should come down and eat dinner. Working on
Yeah,
editing
stretch your
the
legs.
anime. Yeah. You find anything interesting today? She sits down with like a big plate of lamb.
I just like look
Actually,
at them as like
Not a big plate.
Hold
It's just like it's maybe less than you might expect.
It's Clue. So.
just look at the
Well,
people. It's like, who wants to break the news to her if you want to?
Well, we've been as busy as probably been. You should rest your eyes, though. It's not good to stare at the screen for too long.
Yeah, that's what like they say these days, I guess. Yeah. It's another cup of coffee. Coffee is really good.
Would you like some lamb with that coffee? And I slide her over a plate.
Yeah, I'm not really hungry, but I should eat something.
Oh, maybe you might know. Do you know like how often we can like catch a ride to the volcano?
Oh, so Walt coordinated that with Mr. Johann Hertz, I believe. So you could probably just talk to them. I think they're like always on the dock watching. Tanner said they're the ones that were renting Das Boot.
Yeah.
So I think they're always just like, watching that.
Oh, all right. We can just ask them in the morning then.
Yeah, I mean they're just independent. Like
Yeah,
they
they're
run their own
friendly
business.
enough.
So
We should
you gonna go to
probably
the
bring some
volcano
beer.
tomorrow?
We were thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We think so, yeah.
Cool.
I want to like psychology checker. I want to insight checker. I want to see
Sure.
like obviously she cares about what we're doing because she's the one who brought us here,
Mhm.
right? But like
Yes.
how, especially after that conversation with the dockmaster, like how invested is she in this?
Oh.
Considering her
Conspiracy
boyfriend.
found. If I die, I'm coming back as a psychologist.
Nice.
Success. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get a read on
Mhm.
like, is there something more to this, or is she literally just looking for the people that went missing?
She mostly just really seems concerned about the people who went missing.
The people.
She's
Okay,
wearing Tanner's
okay.
hoodie right now.
Yeah,
You can tell.
okay. More
she
like
looks
sad girlfriend than like
yeah.
crazy cultist.
You're not getting any crazy cultist vibes from her.
Good.
Maybe
Good.
a little boy crazy, but not any other type
That's
of crazy.
about it. Okay.
Crazy
sweet.
in love.
Yes,
Yeah.
crazy in love. And you also get the sense, because that's a good psychology check. It's not a hard success, but just by like reading her, she appears to be in discomfort of some sort as well.
Oh, okay. Are you alright? I mean, I know you look a little tired, but I feel like maybe something's a little bothering you, maybe?
Oh, just a bit of a headache, you know?
A headache.
Yeah, just a little bit of a headache. And
if I remember correctly, everybody has a headache, right? Like even us.
Yeah.
Well, not me,
not
because
you,
I didn't.
but yeah, everyone has a bit
But
of a
like
headache.
everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just had a hard time sleeping. I had to take a break from editing a little bit earlier. To lay down for the next. Felt a little like lightheaded, a little dizzy, but that's all.
All right.
Figured just staring at
should
the
try
screen too
something.
much. So
Yeah. You should try tea. Sometimes tea can help with headaches and stuff. So maybe
okay,
in a
I'll
while
swap
switch out
to
that coffee.
yerba mate. I hear that's very, like the tea they drink here.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, maybe that'll help. And she seems like just sad girl power hour a little bit, but
Yeah.
trying to like keep it cool, like not advertise,
Right.
but yeah, a little depressed. A little depressed.
Okay.
Not much of an appetite. Same.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bobby doesn't have any more questions. She'll just eat her dinner.
Yeah, cool. And she's pretty content to just mostly as well. Get food in her system. And about most of the way through your meal, you actually see the Dr. Renee stand up. She's finished her food. Dr. Nelson. And she goes into the kitchen and she appears to be checking on those snails. Yeah. Just monitoring them. Looks like she's like adjusting the heat a little bit. She's got a thermometer. She's got a bunch of like scientific equipment that she's brought in with her. She appears to be like doing some tests in the kitchen. Heather finishes and she's like, all right, well, I'm gonna come back up to editing. Let me know if you need anything.
Of course.
Will do.
Don't forget to, come up for breath from time to time.
Will do. I'll set like a timer or something.
Good idea.
Right. She trudges back up the stairs.
Yeah, I think, after our encounter with the dog master, I don't think she's got anything to do with any of this.
Neither do I, but it doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt to check.
So
Right.
she's gonna be real heartbroken if we don't bring back this boyfriend of hers.
Oh yeah,
There's only so many
absolutely.
sweatshirts.
Real heartbroken.
Yeah.
Also, just so all of you do know that Oriah was one of the last to arrive, so maybe pre-planned, maybe an identity that was taken because they only got together last month, almost 2 months ago. And
About 2 weeks ago it is. I believe the current date
2
is the
weeks ago.
14th. Yes. So
yes,
a little over 2 weeks ago.
He died half a year ago.
Right. So definitely planned.
Mhm.
I imagine
Okay.
things like
Yeah.
production like this would be in planning for some time. So
Mhm. The
Makes sense.
Maybe he
submarine
found out.
manual would have been dated for about 9 months ago.
8 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I imagine they probably found out about it, sent Uriah to either they killed the actual Uriah and replaced
he
him,
just-
or he died and was replaced, or whatever the case is. But
Could have been
I
a
would,
situation where his opportunity knocked and they opened the door.
yeah, exactly.
Also, that last thing we got communication wise, heard a weird burst over the radio. And maybe the transmitters, that weird thing we heard,
Yeah, that sound that could have been
That played
KGB.
I'm not sure. It's too many questions.
Yeah, that sounds like another.
Because it's 86. We're like coming off of the Cold War,
Yeah.
right?
Basically,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and you would
Is-
know that KGB mostly deals with internal affairs, but it could be a different branch. I think it's the
Right.
KS something.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Bobby doesn't know that, so she's just equating
KGB.
Everything's
with what she
KGB.
Yeah.
with
It's
don't-
like
you
American
don't-
CIA,
You're
everything
exactly-
CIA,
Everyone's a
Yeah.
spy.
You're an
FBI,
American
DEA.
reporter.
It's all.
I'm on.
I,
All
yeah,
CIA.
I'm
not
not
an
an
international
American
reporter.
Yeah, not international. Literally just American. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did a lot of that in a couple of years ago. Is that they talk through the radio? That's what they did. So I would not be surprised if it was some type of Russian, or maybe it was a different one, and the Russians were interested in that signal.
I think I just get slightly fidgety every time you mention the Russian thing. I'm just like,
Because we just realized you know Russian, but like I don't think we know that you are Russian, right? Like you're part Russian.
no.
Yeah, we have no
By the
idea.
way,
Yeah.
Irina, what are you doing
Speaking
Russian?
of,
I picked it up growing up.
oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this?
I can't just leave that as someone from the Midwest who is like, you don't just pick things up. Like, I didn't just pick up swimming. I had to actually go and do it. So how does one pick up Russian? Because like, there's not a whole lot of Americans just Russian.
Well, my
It's not
mother's
like you're a
Russian.
spy on deep cover, right?
No, my mother's Russian. That's all.
Oh, all right.
Got it.
And also,
I ain't trying to like go all into your family history or anything. I'm just saying like Russian is not something you accidentally pick up.
Yeah.
although
no,
to be fair, living in big cities, there are a lot of like immigration populations, so it's possible she could.
Yeah, I live in New York. And there's a whole lot of languages being spoken in all of the places around me. You know how many of them I know? One.
Yeah, I grew up in the South. We had a pretty large Spanish-speaking population, and that's how I learned. Is I had friends.
Oh,
who
I
spoke
learned because I
Spanish
got
and
my ass
just
beat by a
learned.
bunch of people in Mexico. But that's another story entirely.
Yeah, I literally just picked up my Spanish through the years because that's what was spoken, English and Spanish around me. So same thing with Irina. Could have been, her mom, like you said, or she could have just lived in a population that had a lot of Russian residents.
You can only get cussed out so many times in Spanish before you.
I
Before you're
don't. I think
curious.
what we're trying to say is we
Uh-huh.
didn't suspect you. We were just curious.
Yeah, that wasn't the.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be a Russian spy,
it's not the
but I
first
really
time
wouldn't care
anyone
at this
said.
point because Wintercroft is weird enough for that to make sense.
Yeah, honestly, I only started working for them because I was in need of work. This is fucked.
Yeah, how okay. I'm very curious. And I maybe should have asked this question before. How the fuck did y'all end up here?
What do you mean?
Like at
working for
Wintercroft.
Wintercroft?
I was like, oh, hey, they need somebody to protect, the idiots who go out and do this dumb stuff that y'all do here. And so I was like, oh, that's easy money. I get to travel the world and, eat fine food on Wintercroft dime.
Yeah,
It's been good
makes
to me.
sense.
I mean, I already had decent money stashed away. You get beat up enough, either you spend all of your money or you put some aside for a rainy day. And I'll put it aside for a rainy day. My brother's a financial advisor. He told me to do that. I started taking his advice.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
And now I work for a place where I see creepy shit through glass. And I don't know if I've made the best decisions anymore.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but me personally, I'm investigative photojournalist. That's what I do. It was just a hop, skip, and a jump over to, private investigating. So I just had some free time because I'm freelance now with my writing. I'm just, as I pick up stories, I sell them kind of thing. And I wanted some more work and wasn't really finding any stories I liked. So I applied at Wintercroft and they picked me up.
Well, I'm on loan from Santa's workshop, so all kidding aside. I mean, in my business, how much you make is very dependent on how much you know, and I knew a lot. Enough to see weird shit come across the counter every now and then, and enough that Wintercroft actually once might ping every now and then on something they found. And you catch a historical inaccuracy here. You catch a weird like thing that's vibrating that shouldn't be vibrating there. You start to build a rapport. And we just kind of developed a relationship. I find anything weird, I make sure they get their hand on it so they can make sure it doesn't do anything too terrible. And in return, they send me on these excursions. They pay for everything I want them to pay for. I can learn about the places I go to, travel, maybe pick up a few items. By the way, that fucking clock is still locked up in that last place. So I need to figure out some kind of... Actually, you haven't sent that fax yet, have you?
No, not yet. I'm still writing it up.
All right. I know I gave you a PS earlier, but I'm going to give you a PSS to send over.
Yeah. No, that's fine, because I'm also going to add in this new information that we learned about Mr. Uriah.
PPPS.
A postscript. Oh,
Uriah is a
postscript, not a
postscript.
Yeah, not a postscript script.
Just add an extra page onto the fax. It's fine.
Yeah, just add an additional page and be like, "Oh, we also just learned Uriah is a KGB spy, or a Russian spy."
That's a pretty big
great.
deal.
That's great.
I will also
The real
say,
Aura died. Forever.
6 months ago.
Mhm.
Please investigate this. Please fact check.
the old person equivalent of go touch grass is get some fresh air.
Oh, that's
Get
true.
some
Yeah, get
fresh
some fresh
air.
air.
There we
Yep.
go.
Mhm,
Thank you.
mhm.
I don't know why I just been thinking about that for the last 10 minutes. It's like,
I was-
that's it.
It's been bugging me too, so thank you. You've solved that my kerfuffle is now over.
Hmm.
But yeah, no. Where were we at?
Yo, Irina, how did you
we
get?
into Wintercroft?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just kind of shrugs. I mean, similar to Parker, they found
you can't copy
uses
my
for
answer.
Well, it's more that they found, you tune enough weird places, weird creepy organs at haunted churches. It, just gives a shrug. Besides, I needed more work because I spent all of my competition money and I was trying to pick up things around music and getting myself back up after the divorce. So here we are.
I'm sorry. You were married?
Yeah, I know that's surprising.
No,
I was
it's not.
surprised too.
No,
Just-
I'm not saying it's surprising that you were married. I think you're a lovely person, and anyone would be lucky to be married to you. But I just, you hadn't said anything until now.
It wasn't really important.
Fair. That's fair. That's all right.
Besides, we're looking at weird magnetic things and
Yeah, in the scope of things, that's
Soapstones.
probably not the most important bit of information about you. That's fair. Sorry.
I will
Just
say in
surprised.
Chinese. I'll say in Chinese. I'm sorry about your injury. Hinting at the past.
yeah, she just kind of like, you already know. In fact, in like Chinese, like,
Knew for a while in Chinese. But you mentioned competitions. Not sure if you want to broach it with everyone, but I thought I should let you know that I know. At the very least.
thanks for keeping it quiet.
This is fun when no one else can understand what you're saying.
Meanwhile, Bobby May is just like
Like-
looking back and forth, being like, care to clue us in?
It's
Just
ancient Chinese proverbs and all that.
Confucius
Right,
says
right.
and everything.
Right, of course.
Mm-hmm.
In Spanish to Teddy. Bobby's gonna be like, I don't know about you, but I feel like that was a little rude of them, so I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah, I think Teddy is like, full of shit. It's okay. It's fine.
I don't believe him for a second, but it's fine. They've got their language, we've got ours. It'll be fine.
I can understand a little bit. Donde está el gato?
Where's the cat?
bathroom?
Oh, the
is that
bat?
a cat? I thought that was
Okay.
bathroom.
Gato, cat, something like that. I don't know. I don't actually know Spanish.
No, I know enough about cats though that Gato is cat. And
Gato, yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
like
know
a
about
wine
Spanish.
that's really good. That's like
I believe it's
gato.
Banyo.
Mhm.
It's Banyo.
Banyo, yeah. But what Teddy was I kind of go with what you said, Teddy. It kind of does bring up another question.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's kind of getting wild. It doesn't sound like we all have. We're not like in this for honor or like yeah. There's a mystery. I know what's going on. I like to not be treated like a fool, but KB, spies, weird transmitters, and a guy not for Teddy. I'm getting a lot of alarm bells in my head. When do you guys decide to pull the ripcord and say no, nope, I'm out of here?
That's a good question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is a job. It's not worth losing your life over. And, you know.
You know, I hate to say this, and I really do, but I gotta tell y'all, there's not a whole lot else that I'd rather be doing. Think about it. Like, what would you go back to if you weren't doing this? Like me? I mean, banging hot Russian chicks every now and then, and, you know, playing bodyguard for teeny boppers.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, that wasn't that exciting. I mean, part of it was more exciting than others.
Just mid-drink, like...
Sorry, banging hot Russian chicks? What? Says the half Russian. I got that.
But like, there's something here that there's questions that I want to find out answers to. While part of me is like, absolutely, you should not be looking for these answers. You should turn around and leave like yesterday. And I think Wintercroft takes advantage of us people who don't know how to leave shit unfinished or questions unanswered.
You know how you get, like, you're standing on the precipice of something and you get that itch in the back of your brain that tells you to just jump? I've never been one to say no to that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just glance at my hand and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't think I can lose any more mobility.
Y'all are wild. But I can't say I don't disagree. There is something about not knowing and never being able to know if you leave. That kind of, you know, it doesn't sit right with me, you know?
I don't think I'd be able to walk away with questions unanswered.
So
I mean-
pull out just before we're about to die?
No. Well, yeah, yes, obviously. But I mean, like, I couldn't give really two shits about what happened to these people on the submarine. That sounds mean and callous, and I don't mean it to be. But like, what happened to them is less
Intriguing
important
itself.
than why it happened and how they're down here, how we ended up here, wrapped up in all of this. Because look at the parts of this that we're finding out. Part of me is pissed off at Wintercroft for even having me wrapped up in this shit. Other part of me is like, but I still want to go find out these answers. I want to go talk to my German friends that I met, see if they help me steal a boat. Like, do I need that in my life? No, absolutely not. But do I still kind of want to do it? Hell fucking yes.
My question is, we've all been sent out by Wintercroft before, and typically when they send us out, it's like, oh yeah, it's this occult, it's this, you know, fringe stuff. And then when we really find it out, it's nothing like that, right? It's just a cocaine bear. It's just dogs on the moors. It's just a murdering crazy person kind of thing. Or the Russian robots. You said like FBI robots or something like that in Miami. This feels different.
What? Real magic, I think? Something actually occult.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but definitely people who believe in something enough and are terrified of it enough to cover up multiple like double digits worth of boats and people going missing. Like this, honestly, this feels like one of my like investigations for journalism. This doesn't feel like a Wintercroft investigation. This feels like a police investigation, in my opinion.
Well, Bobby May, just because people believe it doesn't mean it's real. But I get what you're saying. There's
no, right. Just this obviously someone believes enough to think that maybe there is something that is scaring this man enough that he is willing to cover up all of these people dying and going missing. Like, I'm not saying it's the occult. I'm just saying there's something here.
No doubt about that. There is something going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So proceed with caution?
With caution. I think that's a good plan.
When do we know we should go back, though? That is still a good question, because
I don't think we'll know that point until we get there.
Or one of us dies. My good wake-up call.
Well,
hopefully it won't be that far. Hopefully no deaths will happen.
I mean, there's
I
never
just feel
no
like
deaths
this
so
one of those
far,
things.
right? In Wintercroft, right? I mean, there would be lawsuits, right?
Well,
right,
I don't know
Just
much
look at
about
those
any other
journalists.
investigators. I outside of you guys, I really haven't heard much about other investigators from Wintercroft. So,
and like, consider how much money Wintercroft spends on it.
Yeah, I feel like they could cover up people going missing under their care if they wanted to.
That right there.
Not to speak bad about our employer, but I'm speaking bad about our employer.
I don't think they're bad. I think they just do what they need to keep existing.
Keep existing. And also they're super
I
rich.
mean, I'll put it like this. If we knew that a bunch of people died that were Wintercroft investigators, I don't think we'd be here.
No. Mm-mm.
Well, I definitely don't think we'd be able to go home real easy if that were the case.
You don't think that they founded this entire thing, this entire organization, because of what that professor mentioned, right? The weird things that escaped in their trip to Antarctica. Remember, like, she had the cipher and everything.
I mean, it's possible. That is what they were talking about, being like a triggering event for them to craft Wintercroft. But again, that's just another one of those things that, we were talking about, is sitting on the precipice of the unknown, and that little voice in the back of your head telling you, hey, you should jump, you should let go, and finding those answers by taking that leap. And Wintercroft did it. They created this thing to find out those answers.
Well, but May, if we do come across a moment, you might have to give me a nice shove, because I'm going to hesitate at the edge of the unknown.
I can give you a shove, all right? Not a problem.
My brother already had kids. I'm good. I can die.
Hey, now we're jumping.
No, thank you, Irina.
to levels. The whole dying thing.
Like I said,
I'm going to order some more alcohol for the table.
Yeah.
Nope, not a problem.
Hopefully we'll stop before anybody dies or is like seriously injured. I think we should all be very aware of those possibilities.
Yeah, we can't just be knocking off hot Russian chicks. It's not a good way to go about life.
Nope.
Just look around like, is that everyone's gonna okay, that's okay.
I just think it's a Teddyism at this point. But since we're all kind of to terms with the finality of, I don't think any of us are pulling out anytime soon, fill everyone's glasses of alcohol, then it's like, might as well celebrate the fact that we're in for the long haul. Raise a glass to the unknown, to hopefully not dying.
Not
list of bad ideas.
To the unknown.
To jumping.
To getting shoved when it's calls. Now, where can I buy a gun?
Sure,
it's a great
you can buy
question.
one here.
Just in case. I mean, now we got some the KG.
It's not the United States. Guns might not be as easy to come across.
That's why I'm asking.
True.
What do you think, Tay?
It's also the 80s.
then guns might actually be easier to come across here than us.
But before the night is out, I'd like to purchase a gun if I can. Handgun specifically.
Might I suggest a Beretta?
Oh, the princess of guns.
Look, I
You
can
will have
shoot
to
him
check
mostly.
into that tomorrow because it is fairly late at this point, and you're guessing stores will be closed for the most part.
Only the legal one.
Not the
I'm
24-hour gun store?
Yeah, not in a town with like less than 20,000 people.
Not the 24-hour gun store drive-through?
Maybe in Buenos Aires, but not here. 3-day drive if you want to make it. Yes. So, do you send your facts with your addendums added? I'm sure you'll add about the addendum with the buy stuff.
Yeah.
You will
And
get
then
an
Probably will
update
go to bed.
saying
Yes.
that due to flight times, it looks like Dr. Bronwyn will be arriving in the morning.
In the morning. Okay.
Just in
I'll
time
let
for our
the-
next flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get off a plane to get on a plane.
hmm Looks like she's taking basically a red eye to get there. So, all right. And as everyone goes to bed for the night,
Bobby May.
I would everyone to give me a power check.
Oh no.
Oh, power
Ooh.
check.
Yes,
Different. Okay.
y'all did some things today.
Success.
We did.
Woohoo! Good, Bobby May.
Where's the-
Extreme success. That's
Oh,
good for
no.
you.
Nice.
No.
Failed
Oh
or succeeded.
no.
And
And on that note of those rolls, that's where we're going to end tonight's session and
Mhm.
find out what happens next week
Ah.
on Call of Cthulhu,
no.
Land of Fire. Thank you, everyone. We're going to go around. We're going to say who we are, where we can find you, and your favorite moments from tonight's game. Let's go in the same order as we started. So, how was tonight for Mr. Lee?
I had a great time. Talked to some people. But yes, I play Parker Lee. Definitely my favorite moments. Honestly, it's been a while, but I do always enjoy like the little sit down scenes where we're all just chatting and like
Mhm.
figuring out more about how each of us tick. And that was a question Parker has been, was like, things are getting weird and dangerous. Like, how invested everyone here? Like, is no one just gonna like, okay, I'm going home, see ya? But yeah, I always appreciate hearing other characters' perspectives, and I did like how everyone had like their own kind of niche when we were shooting down, lock picking, taking technical details, and talking out with the uncooperative witness, the documentary. So that was also very fun to see.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Someone who's always wonderful to see is Bobby May Dean. How is
Oh,
that for
thank you. Tonight was great. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun. I love this game. I love playing with you guys. I enjoy it a lot. I'm Nugatosaurus. I play Bobby May Dean, the investigative photojournalist who has weird dreams and is maybe a little obsessed with something she should not be obsessed with. My favorite part, I really like the image of Teddy just like lifting this guy and holding him there. First of all, it was like a solid like 5-6 minutes that you just held him while we kind of rummaged around and like did our thing. I love that. That was an awesome like visual in my head. And then I have to agree with you, Ty, just the sitting down with the group. I like those in the previous episodes. Like anytime we sat down to eat, we had like these really interesting conversations, and I like that came back this episode. I'm Nugatosaurus. You can find me here on Mondays in our Mondays in Exandria game. You can find me here every other Tuesday, but we're kind of on pause right now. We're not going to be back on for Tuesday's Stargate Flames of Hope until November 7th, I think is when we come back.
Yeah,
Yes,
travel things.
November 7th. Yeah, travel, vacations. We won't be back with that. We'll have our special guest back, Trooper SJP. They will be back with us on the 7th when we play. They're playing a guest character, and I'm very excited to see what you guys do with that. It will be our penultimate episode. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a lot of fun. And then of course you can find me here playing in this game with these amazing people, and I'm very, very nervous and very excited to see what happens next week.
Someone who's totally not nervous but hopefully excited would be Irina Zhao. How was tonight for you, Snow?
Shit has hit the fan, and I am so here for it. I think I definitely agree. It's the nice cozy after talks, and the part where Teddy, held up a man while Parker just kind of chill, just rifled through their stuff, just like it's a regular everyday thing. That was lovely. Something that really just tickled me and just was amazing for me. It was just the way that Bobby May was acting when the horrendous noise happened. She's like, "Guys, I noticed." Meanwhile, everyone's just like, "Turn it off." That was, I don't know why that tickled me so much. So those are my favorite bits. I am Loria Lark. You can find me here playing Irina Zhao, who is usually kind of bemused but very intrigued. And that is me. Thank you. It's really great.
Thank you. Also really great is Theodore Teddy Gilbert. How is time for you?
Hi, I am Doubles of Dice. I was playing Teddy. Yeah. Best moments. Yeah, I'll say sitting down at the table, but I actually like that whole scene with the dock master. I thought everyone slid into roles really well there, and we just kind of like bounced off each other's like talents and things they're good at, and like, all right, so now we're gonna go. Let's like tap Teddy on the shoulder. Now it's time for you to do a Teddy moment. I thought it was great. It was great. Stuff like that makes this game really fun. And we had a whole lot of successes at the start of the game.
You did.
Which turned into a lot of failures later on. And I'll see the consequences of that in the next episode. We'll see how it goes. Anywho, I am Dimples and Dice all around the internet. Right now, this is the place that you can find me for stuff. I don't have a whole lot else going on the interwebs. So yeah, I'm just bouncing back from vacation. I have some other stuff in the works. You'll see me here primarily for now. And then more stuff coming on. So make sure you're following me on all the socials at Dimples and Dice. Legit, all of the socials there, except Facebook, because I'm never there. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Wonderful, fabulous, thank you. My favorite moments for tonight, since we've circled back to me, I really enjoyed y'all deciding, Bobby May deciding to incite the Dockmaster after accusing him of his books being cooked. Like, not before, not like seeing if he's hiding anything, after you've already escalated the situation. That was great. I also really enjoyed just the little interactions y'all have had with some of the NPCs tonight. Like borrowing the crowbar from the Germans, making Heather come downstairs to get some fresh air and eat some food. And y'all just theorizing about what you should do next. It's just delightful. My other favorite moments go to my other players in the Mysteries at the End of the World crew, specifically the two whose rooms you searched tonight. Thank you, Pruitt and Greg, for giving me such wonderful gifts for these players to find as they search your rooms, because I basically GM'd them and said, hey, let me know everything you have in your rooms. They're going to be searched. And they went, okay. And I was like, these are gifts. You are precious. Thank you. So thank you, you guys. And let's see. Yes, next week we will be having a new investigator show up, Dr. Bronwyn Hughes, played by Hannimation. Hannah will be joining us. So, we'll have a new insert into the synergy of this group. But I think it'll be a good thing. And it's always good to have a doctor on hand, right? Right. So yeah, maybe you'll get even more answers. I look forward to everyone's sweet, sweet sleep that they're going to experience next over the next week, during the session. And I'm also looking forward to you only have one more room to search out of people who went missing, so that'll be fun. If there's some more gifts in there, because again, my OG Cthulhu crew. They know. They know, and they know how to give gifts. Y'all are fabulous. Thank you for playing this game with me. I really appreciate you and your fresh insight and just your investigating. It's so much fun. I'm having a blast as a GM, and I cannot wait for y'all to look into more things. My brain was just going through all sorts of things tonight, going, oh, if are they going to do this? Then this might happen. Okay. Oh, well, that's an interesting thought I didn't think about. Interesting. Okay, but we'll have to see because I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We will find out. So thank you all so much for watching and for playing. Until next time. Have fun and play games.